Hello. Welcome. Beyond the Shadowz podcast, August 29th, 2023, episode 25. We're at the quarter mark.
Quarter of what?
I don't know, maybe 100 episodes. I don't know.
That's it.
We just stop right there.
You guys have us for 100 episodes, and then we're done.
we're only signed for 100 episodes. We have to renew the contract, man. Welcome, everyone. Welcome.
I'm Zach.
I'm Madison.
I'm Dan. Well, you just said everybody should know who we are already.
Well, I'm not going to put our names down there. We have to tell people our names.
Yeah.
It's his first show. That's all right.
Yeah, I mean, 25. Yeah, it's been a day. Man, I still like catching up from this weekend.
Yeah. If you haven't seen already, obviously our intro changed. So did our logo here. We don't have the banner in the back. We now have the house burglar from Home Alone in the middle.
I got put on the logo, and the person who did it did an amazing job. They added my nose ring, my earrings that I always wear. So
It wasn't me.
I didn't do it either.
So it was when we got that. I came home from school, and Dad was like, "Hey, got the new logo. Do you want to see it?" And I was like, "Sure." I was like, it was cool. So
You did a great job.
Thanks.
Thanks to
Kathy.
What's up, Kathy?
Hello.
Kathy is the winner this week.
Hi, Kathy.
Thanks to, I don't know what his name was. Costas is the one that did. Thanks to Costas, though, for the
Did he look
revamping the video, the intro.
Random person we found on Fiverr.
Yeah.
Thank you to Fiverr.
Thank you to Fiverr. Yeah.
What's going on? Shell coming in.
I'm so.
Hello.
Kenny's on here early.
Hey, what's up, Kenny?
Hi, Kenny.
Howdy, people from HJ.
It's Jay. Hello.
Mysterious HJ.
Mysterious HJ.
Coming in again. Now you get to watch our lovely show. Seems like I always tune into your lives and everything. Well, you popped in on our lives.
Yeah,
Who's
I
that?
feel like.
Selena? Who's that?
Nope.
Oh, I don't deal with the people. He don't fill me in on who she is either.
Well, it used to be Senla, but
Well, that's
no
what I was
longer.
asking. Yeah. Okay. Trying to figure it out.
Weather was like 80 degrees. It wasn't bad. It was a lot less hot this past week.
Yesterday was beautiful out.
Wasn't bad yesterday.
No.
Yesterday was very beautiful out yesterday. I think the best day was Saturday, but we'll get into that. We were stuck inside all day. It was beautiful down there. I know, but I guess we'll start with that since everybody's in and set our highs and everything. So if everybody knows, we went to KC See, I told you to say it. I pointed to you. KC Metaphysical Fair in Dodge City, Kansas this weekend. Friday was a hot day. You pointing at me.
I didn't realize pointing now was the cue to say something.
No, Friday down there, man, it was hot. And that was our setup day. But I noticed that every time they didn't stick us, they put us in the lobby. So we were like one of the very first vendors that you saw after you got your ticket. We were right across the ticket booth. And we were in between two main doors of everybody coming in and out. So every time we were trying to set up and he started getting cool in the lobby, someone would open the door and suck all that cool air in and blow all the hot air in.
It was a loud, heavy door.
Yeah. Boom. I didn't realize how bad it slammed.
Mm.
But Saturday was nice, though. And it was nice. It was like 80 degrees Saturday, so.
Well, it was like 105 on Friday.
Yeah.
And then, yes.
Felt like 120.
Saturday came around and.
No humidity, no.
It was like a high of like 79, 80 or something like that.
Yeah.
Did you guys get a lot of rain when you were there?
I don't get none.
Really? We got a huge storm here.
I mean, the only time I got wet in my boots was,
The sprinkler.
Running through the sprinkler. But yeah, I mean, the weather was good down there. Sunday we spent all day in the car. It felt like that was.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, I mean, it
didn't
felt
feel
like
it. We were.
You guys did.
That's it. So Thursday night we drove down and everything, and
It's funny,
Yes.
not in the triple digits today.
Oof.
the drive down wasn't too bad.
Still sucked.
Yeah, got to the
It was
hotel
just
room.
less sucky.
Got to the hotel finally and was like, oh, we just want to crash. Walk in the door and there's one king bed. I was like, it ain't gonna happen.
Oh, you guys didn't want to cut.
This was at like 1 o'clock. No, it wasn't 1 o'clock. It was like no, it
It was
wasn't
like
Yeah.
12:30. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like 12:31. Yeah. I was like, oh God, so pick up our stuff, carry it back downstairs. Because
Well, you tried to call down, and then you picked up the phone, and the whole phone receiver came with you because it wasn't even connected to the phone. I was like, well, guess we're going back downstairs.
So yeah. So I told the lady, I said, hey, this is not the room I purchased. I purchased the executive king or whatever. And she's like, well, those only have our jacuzzi tubs. I'm like, well, neither one of us are going to sit in the jacuzzi tub anyway. So I don't care. I just want the 2 beds.
Well, and you kept saying like, yeah, it should be able to sleep up to 5. And I feel like that's what confused her the most. 'Cause she's like, oh, you're going to have 5 people in the room? And it's like, who gives a shit if we do or not? Give us a bedroom that accommodates that.
Yeah, that's what I picked because I made sure it said sleeps 5, not 2. And stuff.
Maybe we will.
So, yeah. And then she did ask that too. So the other 3 people going to come later.
Yeah. She just kept saying yes. Yeah, they'll be here.
Yeah. So Zach got his own room. I got my own little room in the jacuzzi tub.
Although I did sit in it. I didn't turn the water on.
What?
Yeah. He did sit there for a while.
Yeah,
You had a jacuzzi right there and you didn't use it?
It wasn't like a. It wasn't a bathtub.
Carrie's home.
It was a large bathtub.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like the ones that like sit in the corner with.
Yeah,
No, it was.
it was.
Oh.
That's just a large bathtub.
It's got jets.
Yeah, the one that me and my 2 other
Yeah.
friends got
Yes,
it. Yeah.
just like that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we came back on like Saturday, and I just sat in it while I was eating a rice cake. FaceTiming Jules. That's it.
That was Friday night after we ate.
Well, that was, yeah. Oh yeah, that was Friday.
Yeah. Saturday we didn't have no time for you to sit in the
Yeah,
jacuzzi
that's
tub. So it was good. It was a good fair. Friday we went in and set up. So we
Well-
went and did our walk-in.
Thursday on the way down there.
I feel that something funny happened. I just don't remember.
Well, it wasn't. Not
Oh.
something that has to be funny, but if we're going by date,
Okay.
like Thursday, driving down there, yeah, we ended up getting into Dodge City around like 1, and of course it's driving through Kansas, which if anybody's drove through Kansas or any of those surrounding states, it is boring. There is nothing to watch, nothing to look at. It is all flat.
Pitch black.
Yeah.
At least if there was lights or buildings or something, you would have saw something.
Yeah, I mean, we got to a point where we were, I don't know, about an hour or so out of Dodge. And I mean, literally, you could just look across out your window and just see nothing for miles except a bunch of red dots, flashing red dots.
Oh,
The,
Yeah. And it looked like it was like a gigantic landing strip or like aliens were invading.
yeah.
yeah.
What's up, Susan?
And then
It did
I'm
look
saying,
like aliens. It was weird.
it wasn't just like 10, 15. There were like hundreds. There were so many. And we got a little closer and you could see that they were the giant wind turbines. Because there's nothing else out there to get
Cause wind.
to give power or anything.
Yeah.
It'd just be miles and miles and miles of power lines.
Okay. And then we finally when I was driving, I was like, got through those, and we got closer to the town. We had to turn down this road, and we turned down this road, and we were driving down the road, and I'm like, "What the hell is that?" And Zach's like, "I think that's a cemetery," and I'm like, "No, the thing was lit up. I mean, like." And from our point of view, it looked like candles on the ground, though. It didn't look like, lights or nothing. It looked like candles. And at one point, I told Zach, and Zach said the same thing. He goes, I think I see someone standing out there.
Yeah.
But he was looking on the cemetery on his right-hand side. And I had the cemetery on my left. And it was like a 2 going down. Both sides were lit up, man. It was weird. It's kind of creepy at first if you didn't know.
It's a big alien invasion.
Yeah, after seeing the red lights and now.
Well,
Yeah.
like when we first pulled up, it was like flat land. You saw like a little chain link fence, and then it was just like a bunch of candles on the ground.
Mhm.
And like my first thought was like, oh shit, we just rolled into like a witch seance or something in the middle of these woods. We're about to see some shit.
You two would be the ones that do that though.
Yeah. And then like, yeah, you got a little further down the road. There were like neon lights. There was some blue. There was some red. And then you get to like a huge headstone, and it had like one of those like spotlights on the ground facing up.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like tons of light on there, and I'm like, what is going on in this cemetery? Why is this side so important that they get these fancy lights and everything? And then I looked to my right, and that's when I saw, which now I think about it, it probably was the square plot, and then all four corners they had statues. So like when I looked to the right, I was like, oh shit, there's somebody standing right there. And so that's probably what I saw.
Yeah, mine looked like it was a little like a man or a boy facing, like he wasn't facing the road, he was facing the tomb, like on a headstone. It was right in front of a headstone. Like,
yeah,
it could have been the trees. I was driving, trying to look to my left, so I might have saw it looked like that. So I'm not gonna say it was a boy standing in the cemetery looking.
It was weird regardless. And our first thought was like, yeah, we're coming back.
Yeah, the next day.
Yeah.
It was a long drive, man. My tailbone and hip were freaking on fire.
Yeah, I got a little bag of Cheetos, and I sat in the chair in the lobby while we waited to get checked in. That's about all I did that night.
Yeah. It took us forever to get checked in, too, man. I was like,
it took forever.
So, yeah, we got the mechs up. Then we thought we were getting a room. Then we got the double room. Finally got in the room. We had Jack and Jill bathrooms to our room. Aww. Couldn't figure out the light situation there. Yep. You just had to bang it and it came on.
Yeah, there was nothing on there.
Mm-mm. So beds were hard as a rock. Sorry,
man,
they were. But Friday we woke up and we had went to bed. I think I rocked Zach to sleep, and
Zach's like, I didn't know about
that one. But Friday we went to set up and everything, and we did our walkthrough first. We went to Depot and did our walkthrough, and it was funny because
we had breakfast first.
Well, yeah, I know everybody wanted to hear what I ate for breakfast. What'd you have for breakfast?
Same thing you had.
Eggs, sausage. I had waffle. You didn't have waffle.
We got up in enough time to go to breakfast, is what I'm saying. Like we were
yeah, breakfast ended at 9:30. So imagine that.
Yeah, we had to be up so damn early.
Yeah. So we had breakfast, and then we went to Depot Theater and met Ruby. And what's the first thing she said to us when we got at? So we knew it was going to be a hot one all week, and everybody kept saying, "Oh, at least you're going into an air conditioning place." First thing she said is, "Hi, I'm Ruby. Some bad news for you, though. Our air conditioner's on the fritz." I was like, "Seriously?" But it seemed like it was working when we went in there. It was nice and cool in there. It wasn't hot for the day.
Yeah, it was it felt like it was running. Yeah. So it must have just been working for that brief period of time, because it felt completely different when we actually had our investigation.
But when I had asked Bonnie, she said that the city controls it, so maybe they thought they didn't need to have it on since it got cool that day.
City's like, screw these guys.
Yeah. Maybe those guys don't need air conditioning.
90 degrees.
They're used to it by now.
But yeah, we went and what did we do? We didn't even have lunch, did we? No, we didn't. We just went straight into we went to Walmart.
How's the Walmart there?
Oh yeah, because we actually had a ton of time to kill.
Yeah.
Going down on Thursday was the smartest thing. Because we didn't have to drive down on. I mean, we would have had to leave at like midnight Thursday.
Yeah,
to make it enough time to like be able to do everything we needed to do.
Man, that would have been killer though, to drive that during and then jump out and set up. Well, if we had left Friday morning, even if we had left early enough Friday to get there by 3 to set up.
No, we would have had to leave Thursday just to do our walkthrough.
Well, it's just we wouldn't have done the walk. I'm saying if we didn't have planned that and just drove down on Friday morning, and that would have sucked.
I would have punched somebody at the fair probably.
But yeah, we did it right. We drove down Thursday, Friday. We had plenty of time to kill. We went to the depot. We did our walkthrough, which you'll see that video up when that gets it edited and everything.
2 months.
Whenever he gets it up. And then there'll be the walkthrough and stuff like that. It was a pretty cool place when we walked through it. She's like, "Don't bother the mess. We're doing our fall production of Young Frankenstein." So they were doing rehearsals and stuff. But it's a pretty cool theater. In the lobby and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we really didn't get to see the Homestead one at that time.
Yeah.
We got to see that when we actually went in to investigate, but we saw the main theater.
Should have just asked her so we could have just taped that stuff. That'd have been cool just to have, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it was a separate building that had like all of their costumes and all their props, stuff like that, which we do have some of the props from the
video.
TikTok video. Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about props. I mean, let's talk about Razor phone. I mean, they had like each section up there had their different, like all the lamps, all the suitcases, and they had all packs of cigarettes and single cigars and stuff and old ashtrays. I mean, you could probably pick something, anything you want in that room, like say off the top of your head, and you could go in there and probably pick it for a prop for any kind of.
Theater's crazy.
It is, and they had all kinds of phones. They had cell phones. They had
probably from every.
They had a Razor flip phone. They had Nokia, where you used to change the face of the phone. Mm-hmm. And Kathy remembers, I believe you had a Blues faceplate on your Nokia phone.
Prehistoric.
Yeah. Prehistoric. Yeah, it's definitely prehistoric. So we did a walkthrough.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, Danielle? Then we took and like you said, we had to go to Walmart, do our shopping for Monday, get some snacks for the room or whatever.
Went to Dollar General.
Where else did we go? Oh, we took Stacy's car down and
we got it washed.
Stacy said, "Hey, we made it," and she's like, "I was like, your car isn't covered in bugs." I mean, in Kansas City, we were just driving around the road. It was like hitting. It was like raining, bug guts all over. She's like, "Can you wash that so they don't bake on my car?" So it was 104. We pull in this little car wash, and they're hand washing cars. These poor guys were. It looked like an old car wash, like gas station car wash. Mm-hmm. And they had that still, but the first half of it, you went in and they hand washed your car, and then they sent you through the whole waxing and washing and drying thing. And the poor, there was like this one guy, the one Mexican guy had jeans and rubber boots on and sleeve shirt. The one kid had a face mask and a hoodie on.
Yeah. And
then this poor big white kid, I guess it was his first day because that guy kept taking the rag out of his hand and showing him how to work to dry a car. Poor guy, he was looking at him like, exactly laughing at the kid. Every time he takes the rag out of the kid's hand, he's like this. The kid's like, "I'm gonna beat your ass." And he was soaked. His shorts.
Yeah, well, he just had a regular shirt on and gym shorts.
And he was soaked.
Shoes.
I tipped them guys $5. I was like, "Damn, man, you guys are out here." They did a good job though. Got all the bugs off. Our Walmart trip wasn't very. Other than your brother did get a wackety ass cart.
So the wheel go like
no, it would like go straight and then it would turn.
You have better chances of finding a cart that works correctly at Walmart. So those carts are absolute ass. They just go all over.
We were walking down the aisle though, and the guy said, "Are you guys ghost hunters?"
Yeah. Nope.
Nope. We do kids' birthday parties.
That's still one of my favorite responses to this question.
Did not. And we'll explain why when we get a little closer.
Yes, we will explain why.
What's going on, Casey? Thank you for
Hello,
joining
Casey.
again.
Hey.
Facts. Well, if we wind back before that, your father had to get his 10 seconds of glory in front of the large Coke display.
Oh, God.
They had a huge, you see that picture?
No.
Oh, they had a huge Coca-Cola display with a Super Bowl champion, Kansas City. It had all their pictures like standing up in the line. So first I said, "Dad, give me a picture." And he took a picture of just me on the thing. I'm like, "No, I want the whole world championship thing and everything." So then that's when the lady walked up. The lady walked up to us and said, "Here, I'll take the picture. You get in it too."
Yeah. I looked at her and I was like, "Hell no. You ain't catching me standing in front of that."
As y'all can tell, he's a Raider fanatic. So she was like, she was so funny. I didn't even respond for him too. I was waiting for her.
You just
I
say
just let her. I
silent.
knew she was gonna say it too. Yeah. She's like, why don't you get in there and I'll take your picture with you?
Back off me.
Back, woman, back.
So yes, the second
Hold
picture
up.
was a little better.
I don't even know if I was wearing sleeves. No, I think I was wearing my jersey. My
Yeah,
Heart of
you
Soulz
showed
jersey.
on her,
Yeah, and
yeah.
I like pulled my forearm. She's like, "Oh,
Yeah, she showed her.
Demon,
you were
demon,
like,
demon.
Yeah.
yeah, you're one of them."
You're one of them. Not talking about the ghost hunting. It's the
Yeah.
tattoo.
It's like a bad.
It's the death mark from Harry Potter.
That white shelf really keeps playing with me. It feels like I'm on a different screen than our YouTube.
It's all in the news.
You see, it is, don't it? It looks like
Blake said, "Yeah, we had rain yesterday."
Oh.
yikes.
So then, yeah, we did our shopping. Didn't get Lunchables
Why didn't we get Lunchables?
because the venue that we were at, which was the Boot Hill Casino, the conference center, for the fair, had a very, very strict policy of no outside food or beverage. So, the morning of Saturday morning, when we actually went to the fair, we arrived and we're sitting there at the table and we're like, shit, we're tired. I was like, well, I can go get some like Red Bulls or something. We can just shotgun them out in the parking lots.
Zach's trying to get his dad a heart attack.
So, I mean, you couldn't even bring your own water bottle in.
Yeah. They were
Um,
very strict about that. That was very.
I mean, I get it, but it was a bit much.
Yeah,
I mean,
Well, we kind of got around that once we found out what kind of soda they sold by the bottle.
Let's go, Philly.
Philly, you're a Raider fan?
Knew I liked you, Philly.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it was.
Lunchables are essential. They are.
They are on our ghost thing.
Yeah.
But we also didn't get them too because we thought we were going to be at the fair up to 6 o'clock.
What's going on? Appreciate you joining in.
Hello.
hello.
We figured that we were going to be at the fair until 7, leave there, run back to the hotel, grab our equipment,
Yeah.
and then go to the investigation to be set up by 8:30. So we really didn't have time. So to eat dinner, so I was going to have Zach. We were going to stop and get Subway. So we were going to have. There you go, Danielle.
Man. This is Odin. I kind of figured. I remember them saying your name with Mike or Mikey before. Tighten up. You a Titans fan?
Speaking of Chiefs,
That's okay. I don't care.
But yeah, we just figured we were gonna get Subway, and we weren't gonna be at like a 6 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. It was only gonna be the 2 o'clock, 2:30. So we really weren't gonna have to have too big of a snack for us. So
yeah,
that's one way. But normally, yes, ghost hunts and investigations, Lunchables is our thing.
Red Bull and Lunchables.
Yep, Monster and Lunchables for our snack and everything.
But Saturday was cool.
Yeah, where did we go Friday? Oh, we went to the. So, if anybody knows, when you go into a new town and new places to pick to eat, you really don't want to eat at something that you normally don't. You don't want to eat at Burger King, or you can get that anywhere. You want to try a
As
local
we picked
place.
Subway the next day.
Yeah. Well, that was because of the rush that we were in.
Subways always taste different a little bit.
But
True.
so we took and we asked everybody, well, what do you want? It was a predominantly Spanish town. It was, they had a Mexican restaurant like on every corner, looked like, or
small
every
towns
street.
love Mexican
So
restaurants.
lady said, oh, you want to get authentic, taco truck, tacos, you go down and make a ride on Second. And then we saw Long John Silver's and A&W.
Yeah.
And then we saw a Chinese buffet. So we had to pick of the three of what one we wanted. Tacos. So then Zach's like, well, either Silver Dollar City or Chinese. So,
Long John Silver's, not Silver Dollar City.
oh, yeah, Long John Silver's.
I caught on it. I was like,
Oh,
did I hear that
man.
right?
I'm still trying to catch up. Sorry. So, hello.
No.
So we took and oh, sorry. Well, I was reading. You bring that stuff. Sorry. So we had Chinese. I have to admit, it was pretty damn good.
Yeah, the taco truck tacos.
No,
Oh, those are the best.
no. Zach even eliminated them. He said Long John Silver's are buffet.
Well, it was getting late in the
Yeah.
first place, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm just hungry.
I had to sit though. There was some food. There was some good, decent Chinese food. Unless I was extremely hungry.
I mean, it was probably bowl. It wasn't terrible, but watching the kid dig his arm into the ice cream
That
thing.
kid was elbow deep in the ice cream bin, trying to get ice cream out. I don't even know if he had a scoop or he was using his hand.
Probably not. He was just
I don't know what he was, but he was elbow deep. His sister's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
He come over. He's like, "I'm trying to get my ice cream."
after that. I'm just like, I don't know how much other things that. Oh, and we tried ambrosia salad that was made with rainbow marshmallows.
Yeah, it was very. It had a stronger sour cream taste to it, but it was good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I've never seen ambrosia salad on the Chinese buffet. That was kind of.
Yeah, I didn't. Also, when you think about it, like ambrosia salad on the buffet in general doesn't sound that good.
Yeah, I was.
Like,
That's why I kind of made this face.
It's just
I
sitting
was
there
like,
out in the
ugh.
open. But I don't know. It was pretty good. I mean, there wasn't any portion of the food that was on the tables that was like questionable.
Mm. Sometimes you go to those places, you're like,
Dude, we were talking.
There was none in there.
water.
Well,
burger?
Kansas City, we should have thought about it. We should have, instead of getting McDonald's earlier today, we should have waited it out.
I've never had that place.
Well,
though.
it's also not like we drove through like downtown Kansas City. We literally saw the stadium, next exit.
Yeah, but when we were coming back, like going back to St. Louis, Blue Springs, and them to have one right
well,
off the
yeah,
highway.
going back. I mean, we could have stopped in anywhere on the way back.
Yeah. I was talking about Whataburger.
I've still never had it.
Whataburger's good. Hey, Tori.
Never had it.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Well, don't you have it in Arkansas?
Yeah. Well, yeah, she has one right by her house.
You still haven't had it?
No. we only gone there once when we went down there.
So, yeah, and then we got our bellies full, and I kind of wanted ice cream, and I said, Zach, you want some ice cream? He's like, eh.
Could
We
have
pulled past Dairy Queen, and Dairy Queen had a line around the building, like out in the street, and we're like, nah, let's just go home.
Could have had the kids' hands ice cream.
No, we just went back to the hotel and crashed.
I live in Texas. So that's probably like a staple there, ain't it?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's like their fast food like every day, like kind of like California's In and Out.
Yeah,
what's
so we,
Missouri's? McDonald's?
Yeah.
I think that's everybody's.
Ours.
So we kind of just went back to the hotel and chilled. We had to be up at 9. We had to be at the venue at 9
Yeah.
for the morning huddle.
Which we weren't there at 9.
No, because the GPS took us the wrong way.
It was a long list of things
Yeah.
that kept us there from
Well,
being
the
there.
first thing that started off in the morning is poor Zach got doused in orange and milk.
Well, really, the first thing is we decided to get breakfast. We
Yeah.
took too long to get ready.
So we were trying to wolf down our breakfast. And
Yeah, like we literally sat down
I was like,
and we looked at the clock and was like, "Oh, we have to be there in like 5 minutes." And that was the fastest I've ever ate: scrambled eggs, bacon, biscuits and gravy, a cup of coffee, and a cup
Oh
of
my
orange
God.
juice.
I stuck
And
it
it's
all-
hotel
Hey,
breakfast?
wait a minute.
Oh.
I stuck it all in a bowl.
Yeah.
Stomach hurts just
Not
hearing
for a
it.
hotel breakfast though. It wasn't bad. It was
Yeah.
it was really good. The bacon was like floppy,
Rubbery. Yeah.
but
That's what you always get in that bacon. I think it's like a microwavable thing type
yeah.
thing. It's
well,
not
it's 'cause
a,
it
think
sits
it's
in
all
that
microwave.
container all day.
Yeah.
So, but it wasn't bad. I give them that.
the eggs were really good. I like
a
the
free
eggs.
breakfast.
Yeah, for a
Yeah.
free breakfast it was. It cuts out some money on that. But yeah, that was good. Well, no, we did swing. No, we didn't do that. That was the second day. We went and got the monster in the morning. That was Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we flew up and then we didn't make the right turn, so
No.
we had to turn all the way back around.
We kept going and going, and then it's like, wait a minute, I don't remember this from yesterday, and I'm looking at the GPS because you took off because we were in a hurry, and then finally I actually pulled up the address, and I was like, oh hey, 2 roads ago we were supposed to turn, and we were only like 5 minutes from the hotel.
And they wouldn't even start on time anyway. Everybody was still walking
Yeah.
around when we got there, so it was good. So we had our morning huddle.
We're going in the right direction. We make a left, and it gets a dirt road, and I'm like, oh, one more road. Sorry, it was like a little
When you
side
don't-
road.
I do the thing where I don't tell my neighbor.
Sunday though, we did have all the directions. We didn't need
Yeah.
anything.
I'm like, you know what? We're late at this point. What does it matter?
That's us. I mean, even though we get there plenty of time and do things, it seems like we always end up having to rush to get to an event or do something or anything. But it was a good day. It was.
I don't even know.
Ooh,
where
that's in California. That's good too. In and
I've
Out
never had
Burger.
it.
Yeah, but where's the closest one out of that?
Oh,
Colorado?
yeah, it's
I
Vegas
heard there was a rumor that I heard that they were trying to make one here
in
in
Springfield.
Springfield.
Springfield of all places.
I know. No one.
College Town.
Oh, true.
Fashionably late. Yes,
Yes, that's us.
we were. We
I don't
were
know how, because
fashionably
you
late.
both are bald, so it's not like you have to do your hair or makeup.
It's called
That's
sleep.
not about that. Yeah, it's not sleep.
That's not
There's
getting
a reason
ready.
why I'm bald is because I choose sleep over hair.
That's not getting ready. That's just you woke up late.
I wear all black. I don't have to pick out anything I have to do in the morning. So I literally just jump out of bed, brush my teeth, do whatever I got to do, and then throw on like one article of clothes, well, one color of clothing. Everything matches. Don't got to worry about it. And I wear a hat half the time, anyways.
Yep.
Must be nice.
Sucks to suck.
So
Colorado Springs. Yeah, that's where the closest. I thought there was one in Colorado.
Yeah.
So that was our morning powwow, and we were ready to go.
Yeah, well, we arrived, and the meeting that was like why we had to be there early was they were introducing all the vendors. So even though KC Metaphysical travels certain locations that they go to, some vendors are not able to make that drive, or they choose not to make that drive. Like there were a few that were in St. Charles here that weren't there, vice versa, blah blah blah. So it's a time of going through and introducing everybody, kind of what they sell. Because while you're setting up, I mean, everybody's running around trying to get their table together. So there's like a brief, and we had to be out of there by what, 7?
Yeah.
So there's like a little window of being able to walk around and seeing what people sell, getting to talk to them. Or if you're Frank, you don't really get to do much because you're setting up, all
That's
day.
another story we'll get into. Nothing against that man, but
No, but yeah. So that was the meeting, and then everybody. I kind of felt like we were standing right next to Sylvia, but we were leading the paranormal investigation for the fair. So the thing was that we had a table out front. If you bought a certain ticket for the ghost hunt, you get that, and then you get the 2-day pass for the metaphysical fair. So we were really trying to push it, getting people to come in, be like, hey, you can come here 2 days and you get to go on a ghost hunt instead of paying separate days. So they had a flyer out on the table, everything. It was really cool, and it was nice how it was set up. So then she was doing an introduction. She's like, this is Haunted Soulz, and we had to stand there. And she gave you the mic, and I kind of scooted away. I was like,
Zach just slowly moves
Yeah.
away.
as soon as Zach sees he gets a
Find me.
mic, Zach's
Yeah.
like, okay, time for me to exit this screen.
Suddenly there's look at that, time for me to go to the bathroom. So yeah, we said what we said, and then led into the morning.
All right, nothing against that lady. She did a really nice job, but man, I didn't know what she was gonna do.
Yeah, I didn't.
And when she started belting out that, hey, I was like, whoa, about
Yeah. Well, and Sylvia said, well, we're going to start with our morning prayer. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Put my head down. And then she said, please no filming while I sing. And I'm like, sing. And then just, bow, right out the gate. And I'm like, oh, do I keep my head down?
Do I bow?
Like, I feel like I'm supposed to be looking at you.
yeah, she was a
Again,
native.
no disrespect. It was
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
But it just, we'd never witnessed that before.
Yeah, it was loud being right next to us. She was she started belting into that song. It was like
It was
it was
cool.
cool. It was a Native American, prayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She sung it.
Native American singing prayer.
Yeah, it was really,
Ooh.
it was different, but
Yeah.
it just kind of took us for.
Yeah.
Especially when you us,
Well,
like, you bow your
mean,
head.
yeah, I'm like in prayer.
Yeah, you bow your head.
Me and
you
Zach
say
both
it.
bowed our head, and she was like, then I was like, okay, I bowed my head. Now do I raise up?
Yeah.
Right. Then I closed my eyes, and then I started to sway a little bit.
I mean,
I had to open my eyes again.
I haven't heard many of them, but it was pretty cool to hear that.
Yeah.
So again, like all props to, I don't remember the name of the.
Danielle might know, or I can't remember her
Try.
name.
It was
No, it wasn't. It was just a lady.
the vendor.
It was a vendor.
She's the one with the dream catchers, I believe.
Yeah, she had the dream catchers, and she had other natives. She had like the turtle back.
Oh yeah,
I was like, oh, we need to get this for her.
yeah.
It had a real turtle shell. There was a drum. It had little rocks in it.
That's cool.
Yeah, they were pretty cool.
So
So,
then we opened up the doors, and it was kind of interesting to be the vendors outside, like in the very beginning portion, because then everybody was coming out, and they're like, "Oh, you're You're haunted souls. You're the one leading the ghost hunt. You guys are the ghost hunters. You guys are the ghost guys.
Well, here's the thing too. We forgot to tell them about Friday. Was when we were walking our walkthrough, we walked upon the Amtrak station inside the Amtrak station.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy said, "Oh, what do you guys do?" And we're like, "Oh, we're filming. We're holding the ghost investigation here tomorrow night, ghost hunt." He's like, "Oh, so-and-so." He's talked to this lady. He goes, "This is the guys I was telling you about. I heard you guys on the radio." And we looked at each other like, "We're on the radio?" We're like, "Dang, we were on the radio and didn't even know we were on the radio." Apparently somebody was doing some advertisement or something for the fair. And I guess it was the fair and us and talking about the ghost hunt. But I was like, man, didn't even get a chance to listen to it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No, but that was the whole thing. Was everybody, like Zach said, everybody was coming out and being like, "Oh, you guys are the."
Well, because it happened somewhere else, and it wasn't Walmart. It was somewhere else that we weren't. I thought it happened outside of the fair, like the gas station or something we were at. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking
that someone else had seen us.
Somebody else had heard, or like it was mentioned or something. Or maybe I was thinking of the depot. I don't know. But yeah. So we had everything set up and
started selling.
It was, yeah, we didn't really know what to expect. Obviously we had all of our normal merch, but sold a ton of those little crochet voodoo dolls. Those were just.
Everybody talked about those. Everybody was like picking them up, put them down. Can you put this behind? I got to make some money. That was the funny thing. Is like everybody was coming in like, I want this. Put it to a side for me. I got to make some money. And then we did too. We turned around and did it to Maddie whenever we saw Maddie's book. We gave Maddie's book back. We was like, hey, can you put this aside?
Yeah. There you go.
Yep, there you go. Danielle got the grim. She got the purple one.
Yeah. It was those and Booby Gone.
Couple candles.
A couple adopted ghosts.
Oh yeah, we sold a bunch of those. I don't have them in my pocket anymore.
Oh, yeah, what else? Oh,
T-shirts and hoodies.
Shirts and
hoodies. Shout out to Christopher and Heidi. They bought our last of our baseball cap.
Yeah. Oh, if you go into the bedroom on my table like this, grab the box.
Okay.
Of cards.
Okay.
So, yeah, Christopher's all decked out now, man. He's got a shirt and he's got a hat.
Yeah, he started. Yeah, he bought the hat first, and was walking around sporting the hat. And next thing you know, it was the shirt, and then he had the hat and the shirt on. And I was like, man, we're gonna have to get you some shorts or some sweatpants or something.
And then here's the thing is, and when we go to these venues and it's hot out or cold, and the lady, everybody's cold, and all of a sudden they come in and they're like, hey, you guys are selling hoodies. I need to buy a hoodie. I'm freezing inside there and stuff. And then next, all the vendors are doing their readings in our hoodies. And it's kind of cool.
Is.
Hey, Heidi. It's
start over making merch. That sucks. Hopefully you didn't have a ton out.
Yeah, that sucks. But
we're slowly joining your team. Just the Haunted Souls army.
Yeah. The Haunted Souls.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right. He does. He was the one. He bought a hoodie too. Yeah, he's got a hoodie, a shirt, and a hat.
He makes sweatpants.
Well, I can send it to you, Danielle, if you want.
HauntedSoulsParanormal.com.
Yep, Haunted Souls Army. I think that's what we're going to start calling our followers.
That's too long.
It's too long.
Yeah.
HSA.
We'll call them Souls.
The Souls. The Souls Army.
Just shirts and keychains, so not bad.
Yeah, that's cool. That's not bad. We're about to go through that change right now too with our podcast stuff. So changing all the logos and stuff to this nice, lovely new logo and everything. But so yeah, we were just hanging out the table. You want to say what happened after that? Was kind of cool.
What? Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, you want me? So we're sitting there, and this little man comes up, little guy. He's like, hey, he's a little boy. I don't know, little man. He's a little man. He came up, and I don't know if he's watching. If he is, hello, Dominic. He comes up and he's like, hey, can I get your picture? And I looked at Zach, and Zach looked at me. And we're like, I watch you guys on.
He apparently came up before, and that's when you said that he was like, it looked like he wanted to ask something, but he didn't.
Oh, right? Yeah. He was sitting to the left there. Yeah.
And so I was on live, I think, or doing something. or I was like with somebody else, so I wasn't like really paying attention to like what happened. And that's when I heard like the little voice say, "Can I get a photo?" And I was like, "What?"
I'm like, huh? And he's like, yeah, I watch your videos. I watch you guys, or your videos. And I looked at Zach and I was like, Zach's like, you want our photo? So we're like, yeah, sure. So we took a photo, and I walked over and everything and took a photo and stuff. And then Zach was like, I was like, introduced myself, and Zach shook his hand and everything. I was like, oh, thanks, man. Kind of cool. It was like our first photo op. It was like our first person to ask a photo of us and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was kind of cool and everything. So his mom reached out and asked me if I wanted the photo. And I was like, yeah, I want the photo. And I said, what would you do if I blew it up and we autographed it and sent it back to Dominic? So me and Zach, we autographed it to Dominic. Thanks for watching. So we're going to be sending that back to Dominic if he's watching so he can hear. We're going to be sending that photo. Also, we autographed our big sticker, and this one actually has, it's hard to see on that with the white.
Turn it. When I get closer and then turn it.
Yeah, so I forgot. Madison did it, and same with this one. We all autographed, and that one's going in there to you too, Dominic. Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks for the support and watching us.
Yes.
Your mom gave you your address. I'll be putting it in the mail tomorrow and stuff. It was kind of cool. That was kind of cool. And everything. Have someone actually come up and ask you Pam's autographed, and Doug. It was cool when Doug did it for his niece.
I'm just gonna start signing everything.
I think we should just have headshots made, like, or that picture of us on the steps.
Headshot.
No, not headshots. Just joking. No, I think we should get that picture of us at Melbourne and just get those made.
Yeah, maybe.
You know.
Or I'm just gonna start signing everything. Just keychains, signing them.
Just signing
I'll
keychains.
start-
We're gonna initial a keychain, just initial it. I don't think anybody would want a picture of us anyway, so it's not a big deal. Just a little guy to watch us.
Hector almost was gone multiple times over the weekend.
That little girl still trying to steal Hector.
I mean, we had a couple kids that were like, "Oh, I just want the skeleton." Adults that were like, "Oh, I want him to put him up." But one lady's like, "I want to put him in my bathroom," and I'm like, "Ma'am, I don't need to know what you're going to do with Hector. He's not for sale in the first place."
Hector is a lady man. I always think I spun around, but he did get a name tag.
Yeah, he had glitter all over his pants. We don't know where it came from. There were people on TikTok Live that were like, "We want Hector."
Apparently, he was at the Rhino Club. That's a club in Dodge City. As a Rhino Club.
Yeah, it was.
He had stripper. Oh, we got glitter everywhere.
Yeah, it was a lot, but yeah, he ended up getting his own little neck lanyard.
Vendor badge.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't make one for him already.
Yeah, you're only supposed to get two.
True.
Where
were we at? Yeah. Yes, the Soulz. Haunted Soulz Army. We should start calling them. That's not too long. True celebrity status.
No.
Now the FBI knows what you look like.
Yeah.
Know what we looked like before.
They can see us every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Mug shots.
I miss him. He was awesome. Hector in his glitter pants.
Yes. We're trying to find we got a new idea for Hector. So we're going to be changing his outfit. So I still kick myself in the butt not getting those tails for him.
Oh, yeah.
I almost bought him like a baby tails. It had tails and suit jacket.
What else did we do on Saturday before the ghost hunt?
We just really sat there and sold stuff.
Yeah, we went live.
It was pretty busy. I mean, we had a lot of people. Everybody always wants to stop and tell us a story. And it was funny too. Is that little boy stood there? The other little boy stood there for 20 minutes listening to that lady talk to me about her story and everything. I'm like, hey, you could have came around here. I thought he wanted to look at something. He's like, no, I just wanted to tell you a story. I was like, okay. His mom came out like twice to see if he was okay or whatever. He literally stood at the table waiting for that lady to get done talking to me. And he was like, no, I want to tell you a story. I was like, okay, tell me your story. And so he was telling me about him and his friend going into a church. He's like, have you ever done churches? I'm like, No, but they go in this church and things move. And so I was giving a little hand about, hey, it's not hard to...
A Dan puppet by Halloween. Puppet? A Dan puppet?
A Dan puppet? Yeah.
I've been making you a Dan puppet by Halloween.
Oh my God.
A Dan puppet.
Is that Dan puppet or Dan puppet? Did she take any of my beard hair?
There's a patch of it missing.
She got a patch of it. When I was giving her a hug, she just said snip. Christopher's hanging around us in the dark and just snipping the hair off my. But yeah, he told me a story about him and his friend. I was telling him like, hey, why don't you download this and you could be a little. When you and your friend go next time, you could be like, hey, look, I got this we can listen to, like Spirit Stalker and that.
Oh, I do remember that conversation now.
Yeah.
He was the one that messaged us on TikTok then. It was like, hey, I was just there too. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I was the one that told your dad about the church.
Yeah.
And I totally forgot about you were telling him what equipment or.
Yeah, I was telling him like
Easy
mag
things to
lag,
use,
little
yeah.
easy things that he could pick up to use and impress his friends. Like, like, hey, I got some ghost hunting tips to see if things are actually there and stuff. Oh, that's right. Remember, he said, I was like, what are you talking about church? I forgot about it too. But on that Dominic thing that when Dominic asked us and he told us his name, just a little tidbit, we do have a kid that follows us on TikTok named Dom. His name is
Oh, his name's
Domination. And Zach, kind of after we left, Zach goes, I would have been the kid that watches us on TikTok. So he had to look up that kid's name. It wasn't in the same picture and stuff. But it was funny because we thought it was Domination there for a second.
Yeah.
It was like, but yeah, it was. Saturday went good. Of course, we were late again. Rushing around to get stuff.
Oh, we were late to our own ghost hunt. Well, we weren't really like late, but
No.
we were rushing around.
Yeah.
But I was like, I was sent to Subway to get food, and like we passed by there, and there was nobody in line. And sure enough, I go there to get food, and there was 7 people, and I'm like, what the hell? And it was a person that was already down the line, getting their sandwich made, and then there were like 5 kids in front of me, and I'm like, son of a bitch. Hello, joining in just in time.
Hey. Yep, just in time. About to talk about the ghost hunt.
So I had to go get sandwiches. I got those, and then I had to go to the gas station and get bags of ice.
In our lovely little
yeah. When we were at Dollar General, we were like, oh, we need to get styrofoam coolers because we just figured like those have been working out the best because we can just dispose of them afterwards. We don't have to travel with a big plastic cooler in the car and take up space that we already don't have. So we went into Dollar General and we're like, hey, we need 2 or 3 of your styrofoam coolers. And she pulls out these like little coolers that were like, that big by that wide. They're like little headphones or whatever over here.
Oh.
And we're like, oh shit. So you're like, go get 3 bags of ice. And I'm like, well, we have 3 small coolers that aren't going to take up maybe but a bag between the 3. Sure enough, we came back. We were pouring the first bag of ice into all of them. I'm like,
yeah.
we didn't need the other 2 bags of ice.
I did break in later and open up the other bag.
Yeah. I mean, we put them into the sink so they were able to like kind of stay together.
And just as we're telling everybody, just to know if you guys got any questions, this is your time to ask us anything you want. So you better if you got questions that you want to put in there, they can put in there.
Anything.
Yeah. Any question you want to know about us. Well, I'm not giving you my social security number or my
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But this is the time that we're doing question and answer. We always asking our guest questions and stuff. So this is the time that you guys can answer our questions too. So if there is a question you would like to know, you can put it up there and we would answer it for you. But yeah, so we only use like 1.5 bags of ice.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, the first time ever, we didn't have thanks to Eli. But we didn't have nothing to take back. We had bought Perfect and stuff. So
it's because we were tired of bringing back chips from every event.
Yeah, I had to throw some away. They were pretty stale.
Yeah.
I think they were like from our first event that we brought back.
It just seemed like every single event we go to, we just kind of kept. It wasn't like demanding, but it was more like, look, take the shit home, okay? Like, I don't care if it's tonight. I don't care if it's tomorrow. You're gonna have them. Just take them.
Yeah. And Eli did.
Yeah, man, he did not miss the chance.
Yeah, at the end of the night, it was
He's just taking the box and just
No, he had walked out and he had like 5 bags of chips like in his hand. He's got like a couple bottles of water. And I'm like, man, you can take whatever you want. Do you want a box? And he was like, sure. And I came back, and the whole table was, it was gone.
There were
Except 3 bags of chips, 1 barbecue, and 2 sour cream. I was like, man, if you're going to take all of them, you got to take all of them.
Yeah. He's like, I ran out of room.
Yeah. He took, I think, the left of the sodas, and I was like, hey.
We didn't have to take anything.
When we say take it all, we mean take it all.
So he was the son of one of the vendors. What is her name?
Starts with T.
No, I thought that was Jules.
No, Jules is the one.
Oh, look, I'm terrible with names, and I met a ton of people over the weekend.
Tati.
So I was meeting everybody.
I can't remember, but she was the son of one of the vendors.
Yeah, Hallie. Oh, that's right.
Yes, Hallie.
Because she did message us on Facebook about tickets coming. That's right.
Hallie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So he was across from us. He was volunteering. And it was funny to watch him in the very beginning. He was like, it seemed like he was sitting there very nervous and like quiet. He's like, here's your program. Here's your raffle ticket. And then like by the end of day 2, man, he was up, standing up, giving them their flyers, like passing them out. But he was the kid that joined us for our investigation and took all the chips. It was.
And he got a hoodie at discount. One of our hoodies were messed up.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'll buy it.
Yeah. He came back that one time with like the 3D printed dragon.
I didn't see those at first. He's like, oh yeah. He was coming back with all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So then, our event.
It was pretty good. I mean, we had a good turnout. Bigger than I thought we were going to have, which was nice. So we ended up getting another. I had called Bonnie from the depot and got us another building. So that's when we got the Homestead building. That's why we didn't get to walk through because we didn't have it first. But we ended up getting the building, which has got the prop room, and the basement has their costumes, which is rows and racks of costumes down there.
She even showed the wedding dress that was like super, super old.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of life? It's deep. Question number 1, just come right at the gate.
Jeez, what is the meaning of life?
Madison, you got this one.
Yeah, first time.
I'm the youngest.
Jump into it. Go for it.
20 years old.
I don't know. Just doing what you want to do. Enjoy it.
Live it.
Live every day to the fullest.
You're always going to have some kind of regrets, but I don't know.
Do what you want with it.
It's kind of weird to say, but like the older I get, the less I start caring.
The less you stop caring.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
About what?
Just other things.
Doing.
Oh.
I don't know.
What, are you eventually just gonna not care about nobody or nothing?
No, I don't mean people.
People.
Of course, I already know I'm not a people person.
Eventually, Zach will be some old decrepit old man. Get off my lawn!
Hermit.
Get off my lawn! The damn kids! There's not even kids out there. He's just seeing things out there.
Just ghosts.
Ghosts. Yeah.
Manny and Zach, how old were you when you started investigating with your dad? 29 years old.
It's been more than a year. Hey, you're still 29.
When did we go to Ashmore?
It
was before that. We went to stuff before that.
We went to prison first.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like 25, 24. No, this was a while ago.
That had been 4 years ago. I don't think it's been 4 years, has it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I was out of high school.
I was still doing online school, so that was junior year.
Man,
That was 4 years
They're
ago.
just asking us all kinds of questions that they can't. They're not making it easy on us. What?
Arthur's like, I'm out of here.
Arthur said he's out of here.
I'm hitting the table. That's probably why.
Hector's throwing Arthur off the Hector.
Pushing the corner, man.
We'll move over this way. You can move over.
His mouth is all going out.
Hector's like,
he's
like, man, I'm just
move over.
Hector's like, you're not in the picture no more, man. You didn't even get to go to Dodge City. Get out of here.
We're gonna go back and see Hector's arm just go.
Yeah. Hector was the only one. Arthur didn't even get to go to Dodge City. We didn't even take Arthur
Poor
with
Arthur.
us.
Yeah. So it's been a while. I don't know.
Yeah. I was in high school.
God, I'm trying to think. Yeah, 22.
42. The meaning of life is 42.
20. 19. Yeah, it was like
I only got 12
2019.
more years, Zach. You'll be good.
Because this is 23. We started the business in 22. I got let go in 22, so I worked with them in 21.
Yeah.
We investigated in 20, so it was like 2020. Yeah, about
It's
4
been a few
years.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been there.
I monkey mathed it,
Yeah. It's been a while.
and they both started doing it at the same time.
Yeah.
Like Maddie went once, and then Zach went the next time, and then we kind of went. So they both kind of started at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, we started at like I
The
feel
same
like
place.
I feel like the
MSP.
MSP was the first place that we went to.
Maddie got to go first
Really
by
changed the lighting.
wow. Maddie got to go first, and then Zach went along.
Mhm.
Maddie went to MSP, then Zach went to MSP. Didn't you go to MSP by yourself, or did you go with?
Zach went
I went
separately
there.
than us. He went on the day trip, remember?
No, I mean I went at night, but it was with MSP's like ghost tour.
Right, but
Yeah.
was she with us, or did me and you just go by ourselves?
We went by ourselves.
Okay, and then you guys went the third time. You guys went together
Yeah.
because that's when I got hired. Was the day night we all went together.
Yeah.
So yeah, Maddie went first,
Damn,
and
I've
then
been
Zach.
to MSP 3 times then.
Yeah.
Yeah, twice with
We've
me,
all
and
been-
once with your day thing, your ghost. And Maddie's been there twice.
My ghost.
I mean, your tour.
I've been twice.
So yeah. Yep.
Long story short, it's been a while. The question took way too long. It's been a
Next
while.
question.
Thank you. So going back into that investigation.
Oh yes, that's right. So start off tonight. Zach took
Took the red group.
the red group. I took the green group. I took them. We had the Homestead Theater, and we did Phasma Box, and then you did.
Trigger objects.
And how did it go for you?
It was all right. I mean, it's funny when we do these. Because I'm not a people person, I like to back myself out of the rotations very quickly. But being that it was just him and I, it was our first trip that actually, and going back, it was our first trip where it was just him and I doing the whole thing. So I couldn't just give him all the rotations by himself. Although it did come across my head, I'm like, hey, let's just do one rotation of a human pendulum and then free time the rest of the night.
I am trying slowly
Don't-
but surely to break him into doing
Don't think
that.
it didn't cross my mind.
I know it probably did.
But
You're probably like, let's just do one big investigation. You just
yeah,
take them one.
yeah,
We can
it
just
did.
do
I
odds
saw
and
I
ends.
saw the size of the theater. I'm like, that's a big stage. We could do one big group. But it was cool. It was the first time to investigate in a theater. The group I had at first was all of the experienced investigators. Yeah, it had the psychics, the mediums, stuff like that. And when we walked in, we had originally talked about, like, it was a dinner theater type, so it didn't have your regular row seating. It was tables. It was like a couple platforms of tables, stuff like that. So we had talked like, hey, let's have everybody set up on stage and have all of the trigger objects or whatever rotation that's going to happen there just spread out along the tables. And I don't know why when we first walked in, I kind of left it up to them. I was like, we could sit in the chairs if you want and have everything on stage, or, the way we thought about it. They chose to stage. So I had put out a couple flashlights, cat balls, K2s, REM pod, the lantern, the rope light, laser grid. I mean, I had a large area that I had to kind of cover. And guess what went off? Nothing.
Flashlight.
The flashlights. I tried so hard. Beside like dancing on the stage for them, which I did have some of the
Dance
other,
monkey,
yeah,
dance monkey.
we did get to the point where we started, not we, but I forget who it was starting to dance to the music.
Patrice.
Yeah. But man, they love that flashlight. And the K2 meter went off a few times, I think, and that was about it. And yeah, I don't think we really got a whole lot. I mean, we found out, we did ask about was it Carl? Yeah, because I was calling him Joe. Carl. That they did enjoy Carl. He was the maintenance worker that had taken care of the buildings for
quite a while,
years and years. Yeah,
he just retired.
Yeah. Bella's rod's going crazy. I had lots. Yeah. Oh, I think they were using on the phone. Oh, that's right. And she also got she got touched in the back too on the stage. REM pod went off twice. Yeah. And going back, what are trigger objects? Sorry, yeah, they were the flashlights.
Did she really just say that?
She did, yeah.
She's been at
K2s,
I am really disappointed in you, sis. You've been to an investigation and you don't know what trigger objects are.
Yeah, HSA. Man, Phil, you're a little behind there, buddy.
On its Soulz Army.
Yeah, so your group first.
Yeah. We ordered brand new tablets, man. I didn't really, I downloaded the software on them, but, didn't think about checking the plugs and stuff. But, man, they were horrible. We had a horrible time with the auxiliary cords. I guess I got to try to figure out if we can do Bluetooth with them or not. But we got some stuff on our Phasma box for normal chit chattering, and we did the Estes method.
So loud. That's like a little motor.
Oh, we can turn it off.
I got it.
Was it down all the way?
No, you can turn it on low and see what it does. But yeah, we did that. We did Phasma box, and we got our normal, and we did some Estes method, and it was going good. We had some good going on with that. It wasn't going too much. It was very low, so it was really hard to see what's going on. And at times, if you know the Estes, or when you do the Phasma box, there was times where like a whole minute it was just solid, like the bar was solid, like it wasn't making any kind of noise or anything. So that was all pretty good in the first group. I mean, it wasn't too much going on in that group. And then we switched groups. And then I took Zach's group of all the medians and psychics, and Zach took all the newbies. Well, my shit went haywire on my side. We can jump right into that one. We had the Phasma box. I actually had it working this time because I finally figured out all the stuff. And we were getting some stuff. And some of the ladies in there, Danielle's in here now. She said they were seeing some guys a gentleman standing on stage, being very like standoffish and stuff. And we asked who wanted to do the Estes method, and Eli said, "Oh, I want to try it." So I took him up to the stage, and I set him on the stage and put his headphones and got everything ready and stuff, and sat back down. I think he said like 3 words, and he heard a loud bang in the thing. He's like, "Okay, I'm done with this." He's like, "Yeah, I'm done. This freaked me out. I'm done." And he's like, I don't know if it's like, he said, I had my eyes closed. And I'm like, everybody keeps closing their eyes, and they're 3D contoured blindfolds that stick up like this. You can keep your eyes open. He's like, but every time I heard the noise, I pictured, like someone talking to me, I pictured it in my mind. And it freaked him out. And then Bella's like, I'll do it. So we put Bella on the stage, and she was doing really good. We were getting some good responses with her. And Danielle and them kept saying that there was a gentleman that looked very aggressive standing on the stage behind her and stuff. So, I'm very not provocative, and I, look out for everybody and stuff. I don't want certain people to be in certain range of things. So Bella started saying her name, Bella. And then all of a sudden it was like, push her is what she was saying. I was like, nope, time to get her out. Like, we're not doing that. So we got her out of the Estes. And I stood there right at the edge of the stage, and Danielle's like, he's face to face. He's right at you. I'm like, what you gonna do? I got all tough with a spirit dude. And Danielle used to get thing. I got all tough with him. Like, I was like, I felt very like, like Papa Bear came out and stuff, was like, what you gonna do? Come on, man. And then Christopher came up, and Danielle said he was standing right on the floor between me and Christopher, like face to face with me. And I was like, well, how tall is he? Looking at down, or I look it up? And she's like, well, he's about your same size. I was like, okay. But I had moved my foot in between me and Christopher, and it like popped and flashed. Like if you were like touch like electrical wires and it pops and flashes, like I kicked the outlet or something. And me and Christopher looked, and there was no outlet whatsoever down there. Nothing that would have made a popping and spark. And that's when they said, Danielle and them said, oh, he says fire. He's saying like fire, like threatening, or I don't know if he did that. But it was very aggressive. And then we turned the lights on because we switched, and the whole room looked like it had filled with smoke. It was really weird. It was very foggy in there and kind of creepy. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, maybe it was a spirit with like those fireworks.
Snappy pops.
Yeah.
Pop.
Yeah, that's what it was like though. That little spark and that pop.
It was probably more like when you emptied the whole bag out though.
It's like it's all that damn sawdust.
Yeah, I mean, I had the newbies, the first time investigators, whatever you want to call them, the second round, and it's it could be a lot when you're doing it for your first time, and it's such a place like a theater too. I know that when I still act this way, but on my first investigation, whenever they were like, "All right, everybody have a question," I'm like, "Nah, that's okay. I'll just sit here and watch." Mm-hmm. So I like to.
He still would if he could.
Yeah, 100%.
If he wasn't doing rotations, he would have done it.
So
the key thing is don't get in Zach's rotation because it's gonna be.
I'll just back out and stand in the corner, and it's everybody else's rotation. Yeah. No, I did a good job of interacting with everybody. I think I kind of just told them the same thing that I've kind of heard from you is, look, we're in this room for 45 minutes or an hour. We could sit here in silence, in the dark, and just watch. We can interact. Either way, we're here. I don't care which way we do it. I got to do it either way. So I'm like, how about everybody just have one question? I went down and however they were sitting, I just kind of went around and I was like, I don't care if it's, do I like pancakes? And the flashlight comes on, just something. And I feel like they kind of warmed up a little bit more. The Navarros that were sitting, they were way in the back on the table. They were like starting to shout questions out.
They were active in the Fastmo session too.
Yeah. Was it Bobby? Brandy, not Brandy. Who's the lady that was there that was helping us?
Oh, Bonnie.
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 I was close. Had a B. She came in and then she was starting to ask some questions as well. And then I was like, let's just open it up. Like, do you guys have any questions about the equipment? Because we just weren't really getting a whole lot. Mm-hmm. So they warmed up a little bit.
What I wish we could have, and everybody says it now, is the basement below that is totally active. Like,
yeah.
And we couldn't get it because they had moved. If I would have told her previously that we were going to do the whole building, we would have had that. But they were looking for a place to put their props at and their costumes. So we didn't have to, so they put them downstairs and upstairs. Or no, the downstairs was an HVAC problem. Was a problem with the HVAC, so we couldn't go down there because they had panel boards open and stuff like that. So
we did find out the table that the flashlight was on was the only one of the two that kept going off, and we found out that was their. We didn't establish who it was exactly, but that was their favorite table or section to sit in, and they were stuck there. And there was something else that we asked that it came on. I don't remember what it was. But yeah, that was about the only thing we really found out. So, and I moved the rope light multiple times. I'm like, damn, this thing's got to go off at least once. And it didn't.
And that thing has been going off.
That thing has been very, yeah.
And that's Danielle. I want a set of those purple lights. They're great. It's just,
go
on. I was trying to tell everybody, I'm like, look, there may not be a lot of action with these trigger objects here, but don't discourage that from you taking them later on in your free roam. The K2 meter may not work right now, or, a lot of the times it's the spirits may be shy, intimidated, whatever. I mean, we were the one on stage. So maybe they were wanting us to perform. Like, hey, it's Monkey. Why are you asking us the question?
And it's a lot different when there's a huge group and there's like only two people going in one section,
So,
well, and for those, so my question lately with those lights have been, is like that one light always seems to be going off, that fourth light. And they're like, I didn't know if that was a key for like the batteries going dead or something. Did you put new batteries in that light?
No.
So that made me feel like, you know.
But the lights still come on though. Like
Right,
were,
but I think that's like
dead.
a warning, like when it flashes though, that maybe the batteries are getting dead. But it didn't do nothing this time, so it wasn't the batteries going dead.
Oh, the tracer did go off, I think, too. On the first group.
Did it?
The first group I think I had. I think it finally went off, yeah. Which we never really get that thing to go off.
No.
So it was kind of cool. And then we broke up for free roam. We kind of all met back in the main reception area. And that was the time that Dan and I finally got to eat our Subway that we had gotten 2 hours ago.
It was like all soggy from like the sauce and everything.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, I was just so hungry I didn't care.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Because you were able to order catered lunches at the fair, and that was the type of food that you could eat there, or they had a concession stand. And I think we had gotten something from the concession stand. I think I had gotten like a hamburger or something. Yeah. We got chicken fingers. But that was the only thing that we had eaten all day.
That food is so light at the concession stands that
good.
You eat it, you're like,
it was
good. It's good French fries, man.
French fries were good, but
our tenders were pretty good.
Just taking the whole setup.
Other than the ranch that they gave me, tastes like tartar sauce, which I don't think was. Remember when I stuck the chicken thinking it was pretty thick? It's like, yeah, I don't think that's good, man.
So we went back. We ate our sandwiches. We dispersed everybody to their free roam. And that's kind of the time we had a little break time before we decided that we were going to go live.
I shake my head on the live.
Danielle says, got to do a reading. Good night, y'all.
Good night. Thank you for stopping by.
Bye.
Wendy said, I think our group did the spirits, and during our group went back and got I'm trying. That was it. Not gonna lie, it was a little confusing, but I get it. Thanks for everything. It was cool. It was cool to see a lot of the vendors too.
Yeah, they came out and stuff, which was nice. And I can't wait to see what happens in October, since there'll be so much more time and stuff like that.
I'm still nervous about that one.
Why?
Because wasn't that the one that we're speaking at?
Oh. You mean he's speaking at?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, what happens is he's going to get the mic and we're both going to go.
Yes, in St. Louis on October 28th, Haunted Souls Paranormal will be speaking. We'll be a guest speaker at one of the. What are you looking at my pocket?
Mouse.
You guys will be there. Don't worry.
I'm going to be there, but I ain't speaking.
Yeah, you are will speak. Yeah, you will. You're part of the company.
Anywho.
So we'll be guest speakers at that. We'll be holding a lecture or Q&A.
So
something.
That's when we went live. If anybody here in the chat was watching our live at the time, we gathered up some of the stuff. We went to the theater. Tori wanted to see what the theater looked like, and then she was like, nope, that wasn't what I was thinking it was. So our plan was to go to the Homestead Theater, which was the building outside along the walkway, and we started to get out there, and the sprinklers were going off. And in my head was entertainment for the chat. Played the odds game with Dan, and my thing was, what are the odds that you run through the sprinklers? Now, when you play this game, the person that you tell the odds to can give you any list of numbers. He could have said 1 in 5. He could have said 1 in 1,000. Anything. He chose 1 in 86.
It's a pretty big odd number.
It was. It was pretty good.
I was thinking not 100 because everybody usually says 100.
Yeah. So in my head, I'm thinking, like, I don't know why, like a range of 51 to like 55 or 4 came in my head. 53 automatically came in my head. Yeah. So, and sure enough, we go on 3, say your number. 1, 2, 3, 53. And shocked as I was, his ass
shocked
had
as
to
you
run
was.
through the sprinkler.
Wait a minute. As shocked as you was, I'm the one that has to run through the damn sprinkler. I'm like, of all the damn numbers between 86,
Man,
53, you had to pick. It was like,
beautiful.
yeah. And
Well,
since we were on live, I couldn't be the one to be like, no, I'm not doing it.
And his boots and his kilt.
So in my kilt and boots, I had to take
Yep.
all the equipment out of my pockets.
And at that time, 2 of our guests had come out of the theater and were watching us. And
Bonnie.
I almost said Bobby again. Bonnie had walked out and was like, "What is going on here?" So then he had an audience on top of the
10 people watching.
Yeah, I don't even know how many. It was. I mean, it was a good amount, but you did. You took everything out of your pocket. But then you stopped in the middle of the field and you turned around to come back. And I'm like, nah, you should have just went up and around the sidewalk.
I did. I should have, because when I came back, that last one just.
I didn't say you had to go up and back.
Yeah, I did. I should have just kept going.
But you did, and it came back and it's on your leg. And I'm like, I felt bad. Like, I wanted him to do it. I know that he's going to get wet, and we still have a couple hours to go. So there's a little bit of me that was like, yeah, you ain't got to do it. But I'm like, nah, we both picked 53. Run through.
Yeah.
Yeah, because twice he says, I got a good angle for the line.
Yeah, I'm like, I got it in the prime position.
Yeah, I'm in the prime position. He said that twice, not just once. He said it twice.
It was nice.
Yeah. He wanted to make sure that he had the prime position to watch his. I was more worried about my kilt falling down between my ankles and falling.
It's weighted from the water.
Well, I mean, it stretches. It's on, it's on the belt, but it stretches. And I've been sitting in it all day. I'm just said I've worn it since 9 o'clock in the morning. I had that damn thing on and no boots. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like,
those pants were
I ran through the sprinkler. I'm 52 years old, out of shape and fat, man. That's 52-year-old man running through the wet ass grass. I thought I was gonna.
Well, and everybody in the chat was just like, please don't fall. And then I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, he's running on wet grass in boots. I'm like, no, I know he's not going to take off like Usain Bolt running through this grass, but don't hit a rut in the grass or something. And then I got to explain to everybody.
Well, I broke my ankle.
He was running through the sprinklers at a haunted location.
Yeah. It's not even running through a building at a haunted location.
It was good though. Yeah. He didn't complain the rest of the night.
That last one did get me good too. It's just right across the waist and everything.
Well,
my boots were all wet.
It was a little spot that had bare skin between your boots and your kilt, and that's where
it hit it right there.
Pelted you.
Yeah, and you could hear it smack too.
It was good. So we'll get that clip and put it up on TikTok and Facebook, and if you want it sent to your email, let me know.
Of course.
Yeah.
You're never
it's gonna be everybody's Christmas card virtual email.
Yeah. Everybody's
it's the one where you open up the card and you take a
you see
QR
Dan run
code
across
and it pops up the
run
video.
across the video.
It was good, but when you hear the video back, it wasn't like because it almost sounds like I hesitate at first, but I was trying to line it up to like where we both said the same number.
Yeah, but you still couldn't have guessed.
Yeah.
That would have been like.
It was weird because when we did it, we both said 50, and I'm like, no, there's no way we're gonna get this. I'm like 53. We both said it.
Yeah, at first it does kind of sound like you had, but you still hit 3 by the time. Yeah. You really would have been like.
It was good. It was really good. Yeah, then we went and investigated the Homestead Theater. Went upstairs, showed everybody all the props and stuff like that. And then we came back down and ended it because by then it was pretty late.
Yeah.
We had a couple people that were leaving.
Everybody said they had a great time.
Yeah. And when we got back to the hotel, it was, I'm like, man, tomorrow everybody's going to ask us that wasn't there. How did everything go? Did you have fun? Did you see anything? What'd you see? Did you guys get anything? I was just going to start telling them, but like, yeah, it's in my pocket.
I saw a man with a kilt running across the field.
Sprinklers.
You missed it. You saw the big grown man, bearded man, run across the grass and
he bolted and then disappeared.
There was a spirit in a kilt that ran through the sprinklers.
That was worth the $100 charge right there alone, is to watch me run through the sprinklers. And no, I'm not going to do it at every investigation.
Hey, the ghost wanted to show on the stage, but they got to show outside, man.
Well, everybody left early. They didn't stay till 2 or 2:30, which was really nice. Because I'm going to tell you, me and Zach I was beat. I was ready to get out of there. I was like,
At that point in the night, I was like crawling back to the hotel. I was so tired.
He's like, "What time we gotta get up?" 10. Okay. Oh, I heard him. You didn't hear nothing else from him, man. I was like,
I even fell asleep on FaceTime.
I was out.
Yeah.
10 o'clock next morning, got up and had to go to the fair. And it was going to be a long day because we were only going to be there half a day, pack up, and then.
We got up, packed everything. We didn't even eat breakfast that day. Yeah. But we did stop at Casey's this time. We got something to eat before.
I got my cheesy potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah, you got them back last night. God, does that really count? We weren't playing a game. He just knocked over a tall ass glass of ice water on me.
Right into his lap. That guy stopped hanging out with me this weekend.
Yeah.
He got milk dumped on him. He got squirted at him, and then he got.
Will this video be available? I missed that part of the live. It will be available. Yes.
I know it'll be available.
I need the clip.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Still recovering. Did you ever go back to the Vegas cemetery?
Oh, no.
We had planned multiple times, and it just got to the point where it was like Friday night. We were just too tired after. Well, we were actually still deciding to the point of us walking into the hotel room. I was like, man, do we really want to? We got to be up early. Nah, we'll just do it, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking like, well, on Saturday, like, you know, if it gets to the point of 2:30 and we still want more or whatever, you know, we can always stop by. Nope. Midnight came around and I'm like, no, I am not walking to a cemetery. I want to go back and go to bed.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did drive through there though on Friday, Thursday,
Friday,
Sunday.
1, 2,
Friday.
3.
Friday we drove through and saw an old man, and I stopped and said, "Hey,
a human."
Yeah, he was in a little golf cart, guy, and we were like, "Hey, we drove past her last night, and we saw." He's like, "What? It was lit up like Vegas?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah." So what it is all these people decorate their loved ones' tombstones with those solar lights that you can buy at the dollar store or other places, and I'm not talking like one light on per tombstone. They're not like 20 lights on a tombstone. They line their coffin where they think the coffin would be, you know, and everything, and decorate, and it's lit up. I mean, it's.
Well, the way you were like describing it on the phone, it sounded like the Day of the Dead altars, like how they like would decorate them.
That's what it felt like.
And
we should have came back through there and just filmed it, like you know. But yeah, that was the whole cemetery.
What up, DD?
What's up, Vicky?
Vicky.
I wasn't even gonna say that. I didn't even say it this time. She did.
Went straight to that.
Yeah.
I got Jesse.
Hello, Jess.
Hello.
Yeah. But yeah, I was tired. I wasn't even going back to that cemetery.
We figured by Sunday we were gonna be packing up and doing whatever. That we didn't even actually go that way either. So
no.
It took you a different way this time? She knows.
Oh, Danielle said I will get a video if you want. Right now? You still there?
Still there. So yeah, I got everybody, well, no one knows, but my kids know that KC's, I'm like the big cheesy potatoes they sell are like the best things in the world. And I tried to get some on the way down. We stopped at the KC's and I was like, hey, you got any? He's like, oh, I'll make you some fresh. And the guy in the register is like, we're out of them. And the guy in the back didn't hear him say it. He's like, I'll make you some fresh ones. He's like, he's not even listening to me. He's not going to make you none. We're out of them. We won't have until next tomorrow.
Standing there like, who do we believe here?
He's like, we'll have them tomorrow. I'm like, well, we won't be here tomorrow. We're driving through. So, yeah, I did get some potatoes.
What did we get?
You got pizza, breakfast pizza.
No. I mean, what did we get for dinner that night?
Thursday night? We had McDonald's.
Oh, no, we had that Sunday.
You talking about Saturday?
The days are all
on the way down there, Thursday. We didn't actually eat anything for dinner, did we?
Yeah, we stopped at what did we stop?
All your guys' days are blending.
Well, here's the thing. It gets to a certain point in the drive. Like I could go, like when I drive to Arkansas, I get almost there before I have to stop. I hate stopping. And it got to the point where we were like, all right, we should probably stop. Next exit, we'll find something. Next exit, we'll get there. Oh, there's got to be something better at next exit.
And then that last exit was the last exit. We were like,
that's
damn
the last exit of anything.
what did we have Friday night? We had something.
I don't know, but that's when Heidi says that's when your sugar was so high.
Oh, that's the thing is we didn't eat nothing.
No.
Yeah.
We had that's right. Thank you, Heidi. Yeah, when I got to die, okay, that trip down there, I've never had to stop 4 times to go to the bathroom. And that was crazy. I mean, like, I was like, Zach, I got to pull off now. I mean, even one time it was on the side of the road. I wasn't even making it to the gas station. And it was really weird. Me and Zach had stopped before we left and got a pizza, and I got a tea, and you got something, and we left from Quick Trip, and we hit the road.
I was like 141 and 44.
Yeah, I mean, that was like right when we first started. We thought, oh, we'll wait till like 6 or 7, and we'll swing by and grab something to eat. And so, man, I think the tea was a sweet tea and it was unsweet, and it was unsweetened tea. Because by the time I got to the hotel that night, we drove, and I checked my blood sugar. It was like 528. It was crazy high.
Yeah.
She told you at the depot too. Yep. And it was crazy high. And it was weird is because the next morning when I woke up, I was freaking shaky and my blood sugar was 60. It dropped almost 400 and something overnight. It was
Well, you had
really weird.
Rice Krispie treat or something from
I
KC's.
did have that.
So it was
Yeah,
like
but
you
it wasn't
didn't
really eating
eat
nothing.
anything, but you were if that tea was sweet
Sugar.
tea,
It
and
was
then
all sugar.
and then you ate that
Yep.
Rice Krispie treat. That was like towards the end too, because
Yeah,
that was
what
the gas
did I
station
do?
that we stopped at that we were going to get those potatoes. So not eating and then
Yeah, but we
eating
had
those
stopped
two
somewhere
things.
else though. I think we got some. I can't remember what we
I
got.
don't think we did. No, we Wendy's. No,
No, not Wendy's.
we got something because I remember the fry container. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I know.
But yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Are you guys ever going to do the depot ghost hunt again?
Yes. You had asked us about it. Did you not end up not wanting to go or get the tickets? I remember your name now. You had asked us about the age.
Peace
What
out,
happened?
K Crew.
Thanks for stopping by,
Hi,
Vicky.
Oh, sorry. That was weird.
What you do?
But yeah, I mean, that was crazy. Yeah, my blood sugar was whacked out,
Yeah.
and we had that nasty orange. I thought it was orange juice, but it was orange water.
Right, so-
Ew.
It was it was really thick. That was the only bad thing about the whole breakfast downstairs.
I was at your sister.
Yeah, I remembered you texting me an ad.
I was like, he did. I'm sorry, I don't.
I wasn't there.
I met you at the booth with my sister.
I mentioned earlier my memory is crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had said you had also had emailed or messaged me about the age and stuff too.
I couldn't remember the lady's name that was at the depot with us that helped us. I kept calling her Bobby.
I'm glad you stopped. Yes, we will be doing next year. Just announce everybody, let everybody know. I think me and Zach said we were going to come back next year. We had such a good time. The drive was a little, but
You get that pipeline fixed.
yeah. Other than that, it was
Hyperloop.
we had a really good time there.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Should I come back to Dodge?
yes, we will come back to Dodge next year. With that cemetery being there, and we talked to the gentleman, he said the cemetery is 24 hours, and they don't mind anybody being in there in 24 hours. So we might do the cemetery next year.
Yeah, my only thing with that though is getting that many people in a cemetery
Yeah,
at
it's
night.
kinda a lot.
That's a bit
I mean-
much. I already am like,
But if everybody's down and everybody wants to buy tickets and they buy their tickets and not wait and buy their tickets to Dodge City, and we get a bigger crowd, I'll get the whole establishment, which means we'll get third floor, all the floors in the main building, the basement, and all in the homestead building. And then you guys can investigate the dressing rooms and the active basement and everything. So that's a plus for next year. Look it up. Start saving your money. Yeah, start saving your money for next year. We'll be there. If you can make the drive to St. Louis, come to St. Louis. Drive to Melbourne. Turn that one on. getting
The
dark.
light.
Yeah.
Light.
Ooh, there we go.
Ooh, really throws it off now. Jules, what's the pros and cons of working with family?
Well, we live with each other, so we're with each other all the time. I don't know if that's a pro or that's a con.
There's a lot. Sometimes you want to slap them, and you're able to because they're family, but then you don't want to because you got to go home with them.
Yeah. I know it is nice because, like, growing up, Dad coached Zach playing baseball, so like they'd spend time with each other doing that. Dad helped me coach, or coached me with softball, so we had that. And this is just, now that we both stopped that, it's something that we can bond over now.
It's fun. We can give each other shit and get over it.
Yeah.
We can yell at each other and we can get over it.
Yeah.
We don't hold a grudge with it.
No.
Kind of. Still don't forgive you for dumping water on me.
Oh my God, we weren't even at work.
That doesn't matter.
That's just
the
family
thing.
time.
We're always
that
at
wasn't
work.
even family. That wasn't even at work. That's not a pros and cons. The pros is I get to do it with my kids.
Yeah.
This is something I get to do. The company is my kids. The company's left to my kids if something happens to me. So this is something that we do together. What's that space for?
There's a lot upstairs in these places.
Yeah, that was yeah. If I die, something happens.
What's
Something about
on
dying.
investigation.
Calm down now.
This is
What are the odds?
Yeah, what are the odds? What are the odds that Dad falls down the stairs?
Investigation.
Yeah. Here's my testimony right now. If something happens to me in the investigation, make sure you check
I
out
like
these.
how he didn't go like this. He
No,
went
I
like
was doing this.
We'll get there in a second.
Yeah, we will get there.
Yeah, pros and cons. And we all get along.
Yeah.
When we had Doug in here, we investigated with Doug,
Yeah.
and there were a lot of inside, I wouldn't say jokes, but inside things that like we do on a daily basis that we get, habits, jokes, just things that we normally do. So it was cool to investigate with somebody outside, but yeah, getting to investigate with 3 people that we've known for more than just a couple years, it's fun.
And the cons are they do get the wrath of Dad every once in a while.
Yeah.
Because it's easier for me when I'm frustrated about something to take it out on my kids, and they get the wrath of that. So that's probably a con.
I mean, we're
Pros
families.
are we get to work with spirits. So anytime he yells, I just imagine myself in the corner, like conjuring up, like, hey, fuck with Dan tonight. Yeah, push him. Hey, Dark Shadow, come to him when he's sleeping.
I can scream like a little girl.
Yeah.
Hey, you better ask Heidi there. She said, where we going in October? You better check her pocket and see if she's got
I don't know. Where are you going?
Yeah, where are you going in October? No.
Of all the places you investigated, where would you go back and stay the night alone?
Ooh.
MSP. I'd love to stay there alone.
What'd you say?
MSP.
You're going to stay at the prison all by yourself.
No.
That's what it
It
says.
says alone.
Alone, not with us 3.
As a company?
No.
Whoa,
It says
hold on.
alone.
No, is it as a company?
She does have a point. What do you mean individually alone?
Or
as
company.
us?
As us 3 staying the night.
That's a fair point.
You know
I'll
what?
give you that.
That's what I thought she was saying. Like, just us 3, no one else in the building.
Oh.
I meant for meta.
Oh,
metaphysical.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm just kidding.
Shit, individual.
Individual.
Yeah, no, we're taking you to MSP. We're dropping you off.
Yeah.
I thought it was all 3 of us.
You guys sleep in the middle of the courtyard.
No.
Yes.
You could put her in the middle of the courtyard. She has to go down to like D3.
Yeah. What kind of question that would that be? I thought she meant like. She said, "Come on." She means by yourself, because we thought like maybe she meant as a group.
Yeah, I thought she
Because
meant
we
like
slept
alone.
at McIntyre by
Yeah,
as
like
a group.
like us, like no one else there. No
if I
one
had
else.
to go alone, where would you go?
Ooh, of all the places you've investigated, so it had to be somewhere that we went.
Oh, one place I wouldn't.
McIntyre.
No. I've been there, done that, so that's now.
I know one place.
I wouldn't go back to Minnesota. Those were just 2 hotels.
Those are 2 easy ones.
I know I wouldn't go back to MSP by myself.
I feel like Waverly would have to be. It's a big ass
You
building.
guys are putting yourselves in big ass situations.
I'm not putting
Oh,
myself.
yeah.
I thought
Why
it was
would
a
I
group,
not?
so I had to change mine.
I'm going to St. Louis Haunted Mansion.
No.
I'm going to that house on Webster. That's comfy. That house is comfy, man.
Been to.
Hey, there she is. My son can't wait to get his mail.
Oh.
Yeah. It's in the mail tomorrow.
Can't.
Thank
She
you.
hasn't been there.
I haven't been.
No, it
there.
has to be somewhere we investigated.
Yeah. McIntyre is too easy. We've already done that.
Yeah.
Minnesota's out of the question.
It's just hotels.
Waverly and MSP, I feel like. Although we haven't done MSP as a
I don't
company.
know if I want to do ISS.
You know what?
Oh, I don't know.
That's
If
pretty.
I'm not
that's,
scared, I would go to MSP.
ISS is crazy, man.
ISS
That
would be
place
a cool-
is-
I'll stick with my.
That place
I'm
is
going with all the
haunted.
large ones.
Yeah, you're all picking large ones.
Yeah.
I'll-
Where
I'll
would
do
everybody else
Lafayette
go?
House.
I don't know.
But I would like to go.
There you go. There you go.
Blossom House.
Blossom House Hotel.
Oh no! It'll fall through the floor.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in that room that he's got already made up. That's where I'm staying.
Queen Mary is mine.
Oh, that's on my bucket
I just
list.
noticed that there was a movie that came out.
Yes.
That is on my
There was a
bucket
guy
list.
there who was on TikTok for like a week straight
Yeah.
doing lives that night. I don't know what he was
I want to
doing.
go there so bad. It's part of my California trip.
Waverly is on my bucket list. It was
Great
on mine
place.
too, and I got to check it off. Although I do want to go back and not actually film a podcast episode, but have the whole night just to
Mhm.
investigate. Maddie won't even go stay in a room when you all are in the next room.
Hey.
Yeah, and she's gonna pick a prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did when we were at St. Louis Haunted Mansion.
Because you
I
had
stayed up.
TikTok with you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I stayed upstairs by myself.
Also, because you didn't have a flashlight, so I was already gone down the stairs.
Yeah, she had no flashlight. I
Yeah.
mean, that's
When you're like, I'm gonna go downstairs, I was like, okay.
I'd go to the Stone Lion Inn in Guthrie, Oklahoma.
I've never been there.
Haven't been there either. It would be fun to go on an investigation sometime. Fair enough.
next year.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, save your money and bring Dominic.
Yeah.
I think he'd really enjoy it. It's a good place. There's nothing that we don't put kids in situations that we don't want. You know,
No.
so.
Just her.
Yeah, they purposely do it to me. It's fine. I'm used to it, I guess.
That was a good question.
Yes, it was.
Oh,
I would.
sorry. Jules had another one too. Where'd it go? Right here. What do you all like to do apart from the paranormal? Well,
Oh,
You do like the bowl.
we do a lot of things. My day job, I'm sure everybody already knows, I work at Trader Joe's, so I work at a grocery store.
he slings eggs.
Yep, literally. Throw them at people. So
Eggs.
Trader Joe's, though, is a pretty amazing place to work because really, I feel like out of an 8-hour day, I really only work at a grocery store about 30 minutes. Because the rest of the time, I'm like drinking wine or eating snacks or just messing around. We played football in the parking lot the other day.
Yeah.
It's a great place to work.
I love it when you bring home snacks that you're like, hey, try this. This is
Yeah,
new.
we get to try a bunch of all kinds of stuff. We bowl. I used to play video games. Really don't have a whole lot of time to do that anymore.
We used to throw darts. Madison, what do you like to do?
I edit videos. I make
Yeah.
videos. I watch videos. I like to
mean,
travel.
I'll have to stay with that one. I do like to travel. Too.
Yeah, you like to travel to Springfield?
She used
Did.
to.
I
Yeah.
used to.
Sorry, that was a sore subject. My apologies.
No, I go to school, so I don't really have too much. But I used to like playing softball, but now I'm coaching softball. So something I like to do in my free time is get involved with that sport anytime I can. I don't bowl for my own
Health.
Yeah.
What do you like to do in your free time? Riding your Jeep, top down, wind blowing through your hair?
Yeah. I noticed when my beard's hit me in my face, my eyes, I gotta get a haircut.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. The Jeep is nice when it's like nice, like Monday weather would have been really nice
No.
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Like working at Trader Joe's. I mean, like, what do you do in your free time?
Uh,
I have a whole lot of free time.
Yeah, not a lot.
Are you going to take the grandkids on investigation? Sorry, I'm cutting off your time. What else do you like
No,
to do?
that's pretty much bowling and I like to spend time with my kids, whether we're ghost hunting or not. I mean, me and Zach love the joke. I mean, our rides down the 9 hours was fascinating. We get on a topic of something, we just start like laughing and just making fun of stuff. Or I have to admit, one of the funny stories is we're heading up Thursday. You probably don't remember this. And, you're leaving St. Louis and all of a sudden radio stations change.
Mm-hmm.
And we're listening to this radio station for like a good 5 minutes. And then the next thing you know, all of a sudden the guy says, well, if you got God in your being, and both were like, nope. We both said at the same time. Nope. At the same time, we both, like the 53, we said, nope, we changed the channel. Yeah. And so it was funny that we listened to it for the longest time until he was like, it was a religious station.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah, hang out with your woman. Yes, I traveled to Arkansas. That's why I brought up the whole Springfield thing. I felt bad after saying that, though, but travel, yeah. Now, going back to are you going to take your grandkids to an investigation?
When they get older.
Yeah, when they get older. Not right now.
Your grandkids?
Yeah, even kids alone, we don't like 12 and 13, very mature. We don't like to have even with an adult. So yeah, that would be a long time before. They have to be where they're not running around, because it's like you said, once again, it's a respect thing. Everybody paid the price to come there, the same amount.
Yeah.
And I don't need, little kids to be running around screaming and like, ghost, freaking out and stuff. We got Madison to do that.
Yeah. Kinley. God love him.
Kinley will not be quiet. She would not be quiet for that. No.
Be narrating everything.
Yeah.
Love bowling.
Yes, we do.
Have them ask questions. I also don't even know how they would how they would be. I mean, it would have to be like a place like the Haunted Mansion or something.
Yeah.
There's no way we would take them to ISS or MSP or Waverly.
Well, I wouldn't mind taking them now to like the Haunted Soul, like
out.
The mansion or whatever. That would be kind of cool. It's not too aggressive of a place.
No.
Yeah, it's definitely a little easier.
I
He
think
isn't ready to go yet, but he will sit and watch for hours. Hey. Supports one way or the other.
Hey, I'll take that either way. Yeah. Yeah, you can follow us on TikTok too. If you guys get on TikTok and he wants to watch us live, he can watch us on live. If he's up at sometimes. I mean, we do have lives that are not late at night.
Yeah.
And stuff.
We do more personal investigations.
Wrapping up our fair on Sunday, we were there from 11 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
More like 11 to 5. Pushing 6.
No, it was 11 to 4:30. We left by 4:30. We were supposed to pack up at 3 and head out, but then I go around and get business cards so we can get other people's. Once we start doing this next week, we're doing it next week. We're gonna start doing the shout outs.
Chatty Cathy.
And we had to go back and get our gifts. So
yeah,
we started doing this thing where I bought that. We showed it on the podcast, but it's the little box that was a bank timer, vault timer, and the lady turned it into a light with a skull in it. So we thought that we start buying cool things from people at conventions and stuff, and we start decorating our table like that with different stuff. So we went back to, was it All It Rocks or Everything Rocks?
I thought it was like Rock My World or something.
Yeah,
I'm terrible with names.
Danielle or Heidi, if you're there, the rock lady in the corner, we are terrible with names. But she had like every crystal you could think of and stuff. And Zach got something.
Yeah, I was like, I've been wanting like a wire wrapped crystal or something like that. But the like paracord really stood out. But is a gold sheen obsidian on a necklace. So that is what I got.
So we were trying to figure out something to get for the table from the vendor, and she had these cool skulls. And I was like, hey, why don't we get this, cool skull? Because when you put UV light to it, you might work better if you turn on the light too, I don't know. But when you put UV light to it, yeah, you really can't see it now. Turn off the light, Maddie, real quick. See if that works. But
all of our Spotify listeners, it is a rock that glows.
Yeah, it's a rock that glows like orange speckles and stuff in it. It's called a Uper light. And So when you put a UV light on it, it lights up orange speckles. So we bought the little lamp to put on our table, and you can come by and see us at the Paracons and see our lovely light that turns orange.
Yeah.
And then Zach got
Those are cool.
So Friday, when we were there was a gentleman who pulled up, and Sylvia was standing there, and she comes over to us. She's like, "Hey, I really just want to ask you guys for a favor. Can you do me something?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And she's like, "There's an older gentleman here. His name's Frank. He runs like pretty much the bookstore, and he needs some help carrying everything in." So we agreed. We walked out there, and he had a very large trailer, and he opened the door, and we're like, "Oh shit." Boxes and boxes and boxes that looked to be older than him, that were like falling apart and barely holding on.
totes.
Yeah, and like they were heavy, and I'm like, we both looked at each other, and like it was Frank and another gentleman. Yeah, they were both older guys, and we looked at Charlie, whatever his name was, and was like, "How do you do this?" He's like, "What do you mean? Just like how you're doing it." I'm like, "Okay, well."
No, I meant like you guys
meet
are
your
70
Wheaties
or
every
80
morning,
years
apparently.
old, and you're swinging these damn totes around.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was heavy, but we helped him move in.
I would say at least 35 totes
Yeah,
and boxes of books.
yeah, it was cool.
It took him almost 2 days to set up. I mean, by the time he sets up, you had to tear back down.
Yeah. So we helped him in, and that's when I was like, man, we were gifted a deck when we were at Glore from Jared.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, I really just want to have like another one that actually has like a book and everything like that. And that's cool looking. So the whole weekend went by, and finally got to the point where we were able to go out and shop and kind of do our own little looking. And that's when we went into Frank's table and saw the amount of boxes that he had.
Cards.
It was a lot. And picked the one that felt like stood out the most, which is, you can see that. It's Mystic Mondays. And then looking at the artwork on the back of the cards, I feel like the artwork is really cool. And then of course it's got like the little shiny holographic edge. Yeah, this is the other thing.
Zach's gonna start studying on his road trips.
So that's what I got.
Yep.
I
got the skull. Maddie got.
I got a little notebook. And it's a little ghost hunter's notebook. It was a surprise. If you were on here last week, I was like, "Oh, get your dream catcher," as a joke. And Dad came home with this notebook, and he was like, since I feel things when I go to these locations, and it's always different feelings, or some are stronger than others. He was like, "I want you to have this notebook, and every time you go somewhere, write down what you feel for that location. Write what room it was in, or just kind of like a entry, just somewhere where I can have all my feelings." And I know it's kind of cool because, I can look back and see if they're, in a year or so, I can go back and be like, wow, like my feelings have gotten stronger. Or this is where I want to go back. And so it was really cool.
No, Jules, we're going to take if you're talking about the light up crystal, it's going to go on our table, and the lamp is going to be there. So when we went to the crystal people, or the rock people, their table, they had like a large, almost like an aquarium type display that had lights in the inside, and there was all of them sitting underneath it. So we don't need anything that big. Ours is just going to be like a little lamp that's going to shine down on the skull while it sits on the table.
Yeah.
She's like, "You're going to make it into a lamp?" I'm confused.
No.
That would be impressive.
I'm gonna either put it in a little box or something so the light can shine on. You can see it.
The crystal is nice.
Yeah.
The skull is really cool too. Yeah.
So our friend Heidi was there, of course. She brought us a bag of treats and stuff, which I love. I didn't tell her, but I really didn't look at this at great detail, but it's really cool. She gave me this medallion for protection. I believe it's the death coin, if I'm right. I'm not pretty sure, but It's really cool. It's really plain, not just. It's really cool. I like it. She said when she was on last week that she had some spells for us, which she brought us a whole big old bag of different spells to do and not play with, but spells. And she had a little bottle. She's like, "Oh, that little bottle, I got you some demon dust and demon powder and stuff." And I was like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Oh, no, not for you." She's like, "I got you the big old bottle." Yeah. I'm like, "What do you mean, Heidi?" I'm like, she's like, "Yeah, I got you the industrial bottle of demon dust." Demon powder. She's like, and then she brought Zach a whole big old bag of
that was brownie mix.
Brownie mix. Yeah, we should really write. Can we write on there real quick?
There's some
Mom's gonna go in the kitchen and think, "Oh, here it is."
A big old bag of
that's not mine.
Cemetery dirt. Yeah.
What?
You asked for cemetery dirt.
I didn't. She did.
She has some.
I do have coffin.
Yeah. This
coffin
is cemetery dirt.
What am I gonna do with that?
That's something cool. We'll figure out something for it.
Put it in a mason jar.
We'll put it in a jar or something and put it on the shelf.
She gave me my packages. She kept handing me things, and I'm like, "Are these for me?" She's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Jill said it's very important to journal for everyone, not just people who are sensitive, but everyone should journal. Yeah, I did. Zach did ask for cemetery dirt. What?
Yeah, you did.
Last week you were like, "What? She got some. I don't get any."
Yeah, you did ask for some. You said I want cemetery dirt. Anyway, thank you, Heidi, very much for bringing that stuff.
Thank you.
Yes.
My gifts are they're my backpack. I got the little jar of dirt.
You got the little jar of demon powder.
Oh, she said Zach didn't ask. I don't know. Either way, it's there. We got it. It's there. I got a little jar of dirt.
A little jar of dirt.
I got a spell kit. I did get coffin mulch, and I thought there was something else. Maybe that was it.
Yeah, there's all kind. There's like a love potion in there. There's but the love potion don't work because it's. I think Heidi said it was sugar and spice that
everything nice
equals it out and stuff. But it was cool. On that note, the trip was good. The fair was good. Yes, a chatty Cathy. I couldn't get out. Yes, I have a new girlfriend. I have a new fair wife. Apparently,
I wasn't going to say anything.
This lady was all over me all weekend long, asking me if I was married or not married.
Man,
but she'll be here in Kansas City. She's in Kansas City. She'll be in St. Louis.
What is She added us on Instagram and stuff. Creative something by Julia.
Yeah, she kept asking me. I think she asked me 3 or 4 times if I was married.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so. Yeah, we had to go by. I had to go by and say bye to her. Yeah. And that was her second photo op. She wanted a picture of both of us. Probably more me, but that's okay.
Well, I even said the same thing. I was walking up and I'm like, this feels like it's a little bit more of a Dan and Julia. And I'm thinking that's her name, Julia photo. So when you look at the photo, I feel like I'm just awkwardly standing in the back. like third wheel.
But we will be there October 28th. KC Metaphysical Fair will be in Collinsville, Illinois, St. Louis location. We will be holding a ghost hunt Saturday night. We are doing a couple things different. We are holding as soon as we get that up, I don't know when, but the event, making the event for it. The further out you buy your tickets, we are giving away 2 free tickets for the hunt. So in order for you to get into the drawing, you have to buy a set of tickets. So if you buy your 2 tickets, 60 days in advance or 30 days in advance, you get 30 entries into the drawing. And if you win, we give you your money back for the tickets. So you would get a free ticket. So, so if you do 10 days out, you get 10 drawings, 10 picks. And then I believe we are putting a big basket together. Haunted Soulz and KC Metaphysical are going to put a basket for a raffle. We're going to give away a shirt and some stuff in the basket. I think we're going to ask a lot there's going to be a couple free readings in the basket from some of the psychics and the readers. We're going to ask just for a couple little things from everybody and make a huge basket giveaway all weekend. You can buy a ticket, and then we're going to donate the money to an animal shelter in Collinsville. So it's not, none of that money is going into anybody's pocket, but it's all getting donated. So that's something else that we're going to do for this fair and stuff. We really enjoyed our time at the fair and stuff. And it was something I was kind of didn't know how it was going to go, but it really turned out really nice, and we enjoyed it.
We met a lot of cool people.
Yeah, I met a lot of neat people and cool people, and you definitely want to do it again. So come out in St. Louis, support us.
You can add dirt to items to enhance them.
Good to know.
Madison's face.
So
she came around that table and she's like, that's the kind of man I like.
yeah, she did.
And from there, she did not
The
let
rest
up.
is history.
She
was.
and
Maybe
then-
she had glitter on her face. Maybe she was hanging out with Hector.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
So when we were doing our walkthrough, of course, we stopped by her table first, or not first, but around the corner. They chatted it up. I was starting to walk away, give them their time, and
Time for nothing.
So we go to the next group, which was the aura photo.
Oh, yeah.
And we were walking. We all have our Haunted Soul stuff on. And she's like, oh, man, you guys were the talk of the fair. And I'm thinking, like, I don't know, something we did. And she's like, there's somebody that really liked you. And I'm like, oh. It was great, though. It was fun. She was funny.
And they want to take it. I want to do that when we go to St. Louis. I know
Yeah.
you're not going to be there.
I'm going to be there. But
Well, I mean
not
Sunday,
late.
maybe. Sunday, maybe you're not going to be there. I don't know what's
Yeah,
working
it
out.
was a really cool idea.
But they want to take a picture of us, like me, Maddie, and Zach, and some of the equipment. Take an aura picture of us before we go to the ghost hunt, and then the next day bring back that equipment and take a picture of us again to see if there's anything residual or anything on us, on our equipment and stuff.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
That's kind of cool. We'll probably do that. That's kind of cool.
How many friends do you think people have? 5, 2, me, 0.
Is there a number that we're supposed to have?
Gabby said that's cool. Donating to an animal shelter is awesome. Thank you. Zach's like, you mean Dan was the talk of the fair? Yeah.
Apparently I was, man. When I hit that kilt, boy, that was a thing. When I came in with that kilt, that was it, though. You got to admit, when I walked in with the kilt, everybody was like, there was a guy there that had a kilt on, was like, what's going on, buddy? I was like, oh, my God.
Kilt bro.
Dude, he had a cool hat, though. I like his
Kilt
hat,
bros.
his derby thing he had.
Dad's gonna have his own little posse, and they're gonna call the.
And then the next day, there was a guy in there in a kilt, too.
You found
Yeah.
your.
And then she was on the floor when I walked around when we were leaving that day on Saturday. And I was like, what are you guys doing? Her and Jules were on the floor. I'm like, what are you guys doing on the floor? And she's like, oh, we just wanted to see what's up your kilt. I'm like, what you got to do is ask. Like that. No, she didn't get to see what was underneath it.
Yeah, it was all good fun. She took a photo. She laughed. She was telling us all kinds of stuff. We gave her a gift.
We did give her a gift. She was pretty wild. She used to be a military wife, so she had to be. Now she's divorced and she's like just
Free spirit.
Yeah.
free spirited. She's a hoot.
She gets to do what she wants.
Oh yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah,
Yes.
good for her. And stuff. We met the Bone guys. Those were good.
Yeah.
I like they might come to the investigation. I want to get a reading with the Bones. That would have been kind of cool.
Oh,
He does the bone reading. He had him in this table right now.
Dr. Raven Doctor or
Is
something.
that what it is? Yeah, he was
Yeah.
pretty cool. We might have them on.
There's a lot of people. I mean, we gave our card out and we got everybody's card.
Yeah, so we'll be having future guests and stuff. But it was a great weekend. We had a really blast. Me and Zach had a blast driving down. He kind of, our way back was a little bit different, quieter. I think it is when we're trying to get back.
Yeah. Well, I was football drafting it.
Oh yeah, you got football draft. We did that in the car.
And then like the later it got, I was so tired. And I had to go. So we got back into town at like 1:30.
Yeah.
And I had to be at work at 6:00. So I was so tired.
I had to get up at 7. Sucks.
Just didn't have to go to work.
No, I didn't have to go to work.
That's the difference.
I couldn't go back to sleep though. That sucked.
Yeah.
I was in bed by 8:30 last night. You know.
I know you.
Wait a
woke
minute. You
up.
all know that has to be.
I came up from upstairs, and I was like, "What's?" Oh no, I came from going to open gym. I was like, "What's up?" Mom's like, "Shh, they're both sleeping." I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Did you blow the
My
candle out eventually, or did Stacy have to blow the candle out?
No, I got up and got it.
Oh, okay.
I got
You
up
were
and-
like laying there. I didn't know if you were gonna fall asleep with the candle on.
I went downstairs though and passed out. Mom was the last one up.
Speaking of candles,
I got up and I was FaceTiming with Jules, and I eventually got up and we brushed our teeth like we normally do, and that's when I blew it out. Teeth time.
Which Mom still has not made my candle.
Excuse me.
I'm supposed to be getting a vanilla raspberry.
The kill. Jewels. I think wasn't there like 2 jewels there this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a shot to myself, not anyone else. I don't have many friends. I don't know who I would give my extra ticket to. Got somebody. Your mom, Rachel, somebody. There should be a blue ribbon.
Jeannie and all them, if you're on there.
Oh, I think I see it.
I felt the glow, Jules. Say your bones.
Your body?
My bones.
We have our new frankincense candles out now.
We did sell a couple of them.
Yeah,
too,
we
didn't
did. Oh, man, they even smell better now. They've been in that
They still smell the same. Smells like frankincense and myrrh.
wooden candle wick.
You waft it right back when it was.
No.
You're gonna hit me with it. That's what you're gonna do.
Zach was asleep last night. Yeah, she called me 14 times.
14 times?
She almost even called you to be because she was
Why?
no, because she was like, I don't even know if his alarms are set for the morning.
Oh.
Because I told her to call me when she got back from late night.
Damn.
She was gonna
14
call or
times.
text you to
Jesus.
be like, "Is
Wow.
Zach okay?"
I wouldn't have answered either.
No, she been calling me. Are they okay?
I was out. I
was
fell
bad.
asleep after we got back from eating dinner.
Yeah.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Stacy. Her birthday was last night.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Stacy.
She's turning 30.
Happy birthday. What's your name on here? Stacy E 93.
93.
Yeah.
93 for the year I was born.
We got back and I was sitting there and
Look at that picture.
Maddie brought
She's so cute.
me back a banana shake. I downed that banana shake and it was like I was sitting in the chair. I was like,
I'm a huge fan of ice cream. I didn't get any.
No.
I had the option, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I want sleep.
I was out.
I want a bed. I want a comfy bed.
I slept and I was out.
It was fun. The whole weekend was fun.
Yes.
Met a lot of people. It was cool. I would do it again. Looking forward to the next one we do. Looking forward to if we do some other locations too, not just the repeating one in Dodge City.
Yeah.
KC.
Well, KC, and
Yeah,
then we're
you get to
doing
meet some
Nashville's the big one.
Yeah.
I like to do that. That one's their biggest. That's their biggest. Most people that come in is the Nashville, the Gallica one. So getting someplace in Nashville down there would be kind of cool to do.
Yeah.
It'll be a new place for us too, and
I was quiet.
Stuff.
It was nice.
Yeah.
and that. So what do we got going on the next couple of weeks? We're off.
Yeah. Well, you guys
What?
We're off for the next couple of weeks, ain't we?
No.
Yeah, we don't have nothing until September 14th.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like we're still doing stuff.
We're not.
No,
You're
we're
going
not.
out of town.
Yeah.
You're going all weekend.
I'm going to
I'm going to
softball.
Arkansas.
In the
Oh,
following, yeah. So our next thing is our big thing is our Silicon in Effingham, Alabama, or Effingham, Alabama, Effingham, Illinois.
Alabama.
We'll be in Effingham at the Silicon. It's free. Come. It's a cosplay, horror, Paracon, everything. There's all kinds of stuff going on. There's readers. Come on out. It's free to get in. We'll be there Friday, all day Saturday. Pack up. Head to
Ashmore.
Ashmore State.
Shout out to Which is Familiar.
I'll just bring you in something. They'll be on next week.
I don't remember the name of the account, but we
Lauren
reposted
and
Jenna,
Jenna.
something.
Yeah.
Again, I'm terrible.
They did reach their 1,000.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
reposted their video on TikTok, and like the whole time we were there, I kept checking in. I'm like, oh, they're at 900. They're at like 911, 912, and then next thing I know, we checked, and they were going live at the Jonas Brothers concert.
They're at the Jonas Brothers concert.
So
Yeah, they're at the Jonas Brothers concert.
they
Oh,
got 1,000.
speaking of that, what I did set a goal for us on the way down there that we were going to get 225 subscribers marked on our YouTube page, and I think we're at
227.
227. So I did get the extra
And
20 of them,
my goal was to sell one keychain,
and you sold.
and I did more than that.
Yeah.
I sold my soul.
So we're only 23 away. If everybody can get everybody go up there and subscribe to YouTube, 23 away, and next week we could give away a
New
Zen
car.
Garden. We'll be giving away a Zen Garden next week. So
We also came away with a lot of cool ideas on how we're gonna
change some things.
change some that. Yeah. Just freshen up some things.
You know who hasn't been on here that I missed? Pam.
She was on last week.
Was she?
Yeah. We got Philly to hold us over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Going through our last little minute questions here because I don't know if it's going to kick us off eventually. Somebody had to wake him up. Yes, happy birthday, Mom. Casey said happy birthday. Stacey said thank you. Happy late birthday to the most beautiful, most kind, most patient soul ever, Miss Stacy. Oh, thanks, Jules. And then last question. What would your advice to someone trying to get started into the paranormal be? Man.
Keep going with it. It doesn't have to be anything big. If you just go into a cemetery in your area, or you're like, I know, like just going anywhere and seeing what you feel, or if you have kind of like what my dad did with, the little kid going to the church, there's phone stuff, there's flashlights, there's cat balls. There is cheaper options out there that work just as much as the most expensive equipment out there. So that's always my advice, is just do the small things first, get into it. And if nothing happens, don't give up on it. Just go to somewhere different. Do it in your house. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, jump on one of these. I know people always like gags on it, gasp at our prices, but there's other ones that do smaller, that do less times and stuff like that. Get onto one of those and try it out. Go to one of these events and try it out and see if you like it, especially ones that let you use their equipment or borrow their equipment. And that way you can find out what kind of equipment you like instead of spending hundreds of dollars on something. You're like, I can't tell you, there's equipment in my thing here that I don't use no more, that I was like, oh, I had to have this, or I got to get this. Yeah. And then we don't even use it anymore, so it's, like Maddie said, go to a church, go to a cemetery,
go to your neighbor's house.
Yeah. Do it in your house.
I don't know if I do in my house.
But
watch what you say.
Not my house. Someone else's.
My advice, and I feel like I get shit about this all the time. I support who I support. I watch who I watch, which is not a lot. Because my thing is I try not to be like other people as well.
Yeah.
Everybody watches the Sam and Colby. Everybody watches Kalani, all these other people, and then the first thing that they want to do is they want to be like that. They go get their stuff and then find out it's hard. Try to figure out your thing. Be who you are. If your thing is something different, just don't try to mold yourself after the people who have already done it. There's a difference between looking up to them and looking
like them.
Like, yeah, the things that they do. A lot of people have Sam and Colby as people who they watched. I don't know. I didn't watch a whole lot of it. I just like to do what I do now.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with it. I don't tell people who to watch. Everybody has their own thing. It's just something I've always done. And it's also because we do it.
Yeah.
Then reach out to other groups though.
Yeah.
Like it don't have to be an event. Like if someone came out and said, hey, I want to try something, can I go with you guys? We go multiple places that we don't have to pay, that we don't hold an event, that we would be like, yeah, we did it with the ladies from ISS and Waverly. They didn't, they asked, hey, can you come show us how to do this? And, we're all about going forward, but I didn't mean to interrupt your thing, but that was.
No, I mean, yeah, it's, even though like, yeah, I wouldn't say a larger company, but when you look at the things that we do and we host events, it may discourage people from just asking like, hey, can we do this or something like that? And that lady got a hold of us when we went to ISS. If there were times where people said, hey, I want to go to this scary house in such area and we could get enough people to do it, then there wouldn't be any reason why we wouldn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Network, get out there. Just careful what you do. And do it the right way.
Yeah, don't do it the wrong way.
The paranormal field, especially now, has gotten very wide. There's enough things out there for everybody. Don't be a dick.
No.
Don't gatekeep. There's too much of that. There's too much drama. And that's another reason why I stay out of just other people's business. I don't care. I do what I do.
We care about this.
It's less stressful for me.
The community, the paranormal community is such a great community. It's too much work and it's not as fun as when you do enjoy the community and the paranormal. Like
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite things of either going to these events and seeing all these people, and like I don't know how many times we did the one in Alton and people came up and they've been to this place, and we sat there and we just talked and we just got to know them, got to know their experiences, and it's great. So reach out to different people.
Leading on to that, a group that we met at the Alton Paracon will be our guest next week, which is familiar, will be on the podcast as our guest next week.
Yes.
So everybody come out. We'll check them out. They finally reached 1,000. They'll be coming out with us at Ashmore Estates, which is the next event in September. Tickets are on sale. Come on by. It's not far from St. Louis. It's only like 2 hours. Excellent place. Ashley will be on the week after that, which is the caretaker there at Ashley. Yeah. Ashley will be on then. And then after that will be Craig from Fox Valley. I don't know if that's Fox Valley anymore. I don't want to quote that right. But he's running the Great Lakes Paracon that will be in Wisconsin, up in Wisconsin the next following weekend. He's going to come on and talk about his group and the Paracon and what kind of guests and what lectures and classes. They got a lot of workshops. There's a couple I want to go to. It's kind of cool. So
like what you guys said.
Yep,
Cheap
just a flashlight. You know what the best equipment is? It don't cost you nothing. Your eyes, your ears, your feelings. That's the best equipment.
Good advice. Reach out to the local community. Casey said definitely. I'm just catching up on things. There's enough room for everybody. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm kind of split on the paranormal. Like Maddie said, that the community is all about giving. There's a group of us on one side of that fence that does everything, and like we do, we pay it forward. We like to get people on here, different paranormal groups. If we were such a-holes about stuff and then didn't want it to be all about us, we wouldn't have other paranormal groups on our podcast.
We'd be charging $500 for a guest appearance.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we're all about growing other people, helping other people, because we all do the same thing. Whether you're at Waverly on a TikTok or I'm at Waverly the next week, we're all doing it the same way. We all have our different things. So, and then I think there's a half of this paranormal group that's all about themselves and wanting to be,
not just we stay away from.
That's what we stay away from. So, but
be smart. Kathy said, listen to what people say about areas are safe or not safe.
Yes.
To a point.
yes.
A lot of people say, that place is demonic. I go to the places that I shouldn't go to. But again, it goes back to being smart.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're young, listen to your parents.
Yes.
Eat your vegetables.
Well, no.
Go to school.
You'll be fine.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, go to school.
Yeah. Again, just like every other week. Oh, you can't see it right now, but follow everything on the bottom. TikTok updates. We'll have the videos from the Depot Theater. We'll have a walkthrough on YouTube. A lot of the vendors that we went and met at the fair have joined or posted on our group page. Make sure to give them a follow as well. There was a lot of cool stuff being made there. A lot of cool people that were doing readings, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Come on out on that October.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a lot of cool different readings. They have, Heidi does readings and other people do like bone readings and number readings. What, you see numbers in your life, what they mean. And it's just not, a psychic or a medium telling you that, I talked to your mom. They do a lot of stuff, dog, animal, spiritual thing. Like you talk to, they do about spiritual animals and stuff like that. Save your money. Come on out.
Really.
Buy it.
And if you don't, obviously we want people to buy tickets to our investigation. Clearly.
Right.
If you don't, tickets are $9. Right?
$1 with a coupon.
$8.
Yeah.
Even if you don't go to the investigation, at least stop by and say hi to us.
Yeah.
But tickets are $8. Obviously, whatever you buy inside, it's a different story. But come and check it out.
It's cool. There are a lot of cool stuff.
A lot of great people.
I know I'll be going around.
So with that, I'm glad you guys came and joined. I mean, we still got a little solid 7 people. So it was up there
It's
for
a
a
big
while.
solid 7 people.
Big
Seven
solid
people
7.
that didn't have to be here
That's
at
right.
9 o'clock to watch us.
And I appreciate it.
Yeah, we
Thank you
appreciate
guys
it.
very
Listen to your
much.
gut.
Yep, there you go.
Claim it, blame it.
Claim it or blame it. We all know.
Yeah. if I had said that right.
Your questionable things are like.
Did I say that right in the right order?
But next week, guys, go on. Next week will be which is familiar will be on.
Excited
Lauren
to see them
and
talk to them again.
Jean,
Bobby.
We'll have to ask them questions about the Jonas Brothers concert.
Oh yes.
Well, they're at what tonight? Disturbed?
Oh, that's right. They are.
Brickett Benjamins and
Nickelback.
Yeah, they're at.
I don't know.
They were supposed to be on this week, but they have a concert.
I wanted to go to the Jonas Brothers concert, but I didn't have anyone to go
so we'll have to ask them questions about the Jonas Brothers questions. Their first live was in the middle of a Jonas Brothers concert. So
iconic.
that's kind of cool.
It's iconic.
That's cool.
Be careful going to Arkansas. You got it. I made the trip enough times that
It's just you just drive.
Just don't get behind a sheriff patrol van.
oh my god. Gina, Lauren and Gina.
Lauren and Gina.
Thank you.
All right. With that, anybody else got anything?
Go Raiders.
Go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.
Get out.
You know what?
Big draft this
I
weekend.
will say go
good luck
Raiders
to
when they
anybody
make it
that's
to a
drafting this
Super
weekend
Bowl.
for fantasy football.
Mark my
luck to you.
words.
Yeah.
When they make it to the Super Bowl, I'll say go Raiders.
All right. Everybody good. Have a good week. Be
I'm
safe for the
gonna cut
holiday
you all off.
weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday. Stay spooky.
Bye.